right side. Gonna cut it inside. Looks now for the end zone.
I mean, you're better off just rolling it down the field, the 40-yard line, than kicking a line drive to number 15.
Salcido in motion. Snap taken, heaving. Gonna throw down the seam. He's got Coleman in the end zone. Touchdown, Londonderry. Look out. Off to the races. Matt Morrison. Blitz up the middle. This one intercepted. Picked off at the flat. It's Lynch on the road, down by a point. Capetta calls his own number, takes the plunge, and ends up in the end zone. Four-man rush. Throws across the body, looking for Peters. He's got him on the run. The holder is Savati. It's clean. The kick is up. Good. And good. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Derry. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. The battle for the Mack Plaque between the Londonderry Lancers and the Pinkerton Astros. Two neighboring towns, and a whole lot of people starting to fill up these stands here at Pinkerton Academy. You see the Londonderry faithful. They made the short trip. They still would have to leave early to get a good seat, as we saw a few minutes ago. Parking lot swarmed, and it's basically standing room only at this point. Both teams are 3-0. This is a rivalry that goes back several decades. For a long time, Pinkerton had the upper hand under head coach Brian O'Reilly. But as of late, it's belonged to Londonderry, as the Lancers have not lost in this spot heads up against Pinkerton since 2018. The Astro fans and the Astro players hoping to reverse that trend tonight and improve the 4-0.
Nick, you said it well there. This is in the DNA of both communities to wait every single year for this game, and I think it's terrific that they can count on it. Nothing like being able to count on a game of this magnitude every year. I don't know about you, the traffic out getting here was incredible. Literal lines, you just see a local football game have that much impact. It's just a wonderful thing. Both these teams extremely solid. I think this is going to be a battle of the lines. The skilled players, we know who they are. We know they're tremendous on both ends, but these lines are going to be battling it out. It's going to be very, very interesting to see. Look forward to the coin toss. This is going to be strap up 2 hours of hard-hitting football.
That includes plenty of pregame festivities as well. Two of the state's more renowned bands are going to collaborate for the national anthem. We've got the coin toss on the other side of the break, and then football at the top of the hour. Do not go away. We're just getting warm here in Derry. It's Londonderry and Pinkerton. Coming up next, you are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And do you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
Buy local and save big. For over 26 years, Spectrum Monthly has been providing great local offers from businesses in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, delivered to your mailbox every month. Spectrum is chock full of savings from your favorite businesses. From local restaurants and retail stores to entertainment, fitness, and home improvement services. You'll have easy access to thousands of dollars in savings, including exclusive offers for Spectrum readers. Every month, enter our readership contest for a chance at winning cash and local gift certificates. Spectrum Monthly, no one brings you better offers.
All right, we're back here in Derry, closing in on the top of the hour kickoff between the Lancers and the Astros. It's Londonderry and Pinkerton here in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. We're kicking off week number 4 statewide tonight in the 2023 NHIAA football schedule. This one has been circled for quite a while, as these two teams meet every year on this date, week number 4. In fact, one of several rivalries to keep an eye on statewide tonight, but this is the biggest. Both teams have been at the top of the mountain in terms of programs under both Coach O'Reilly and Coach Lozon. And as you started to elaborate, Steve, there's a lot of similarities between these two teams, but it may boil down to who wins the war at the line of scrimmage.
You know, the name that always comes up when you talk about offensive line is Ty Miles. But I thought it was well said by the coaches the other night that there are other guys on both sides of the ball here that have really elevated their game to a high level. So one of the things that you're going to see here is, and I talked about it last night, Nick, on Gridiron, was the tactical excellence that both of these linemen are trained with. Both of these teams, don't let Jimmy's fool you. He loves to run the football, and he does it in a very, very interesting offense that he's developed. But he always has a running game as a core part of it, and the blocking schemes are outstanding. Not even need to bring that up about Coach O'Reilly. For decades now, he's been running that wing tee and just runs it with such precision. Play actions just at the right time. Coaches are upstairs watching for the defensive responses, and then he attacks it there. So I think that what we're going to see here is a battle of who's going to be able to take their will on the other one. But it's awful hard, Nick, to really think and that there's going to be one team that dominates the other line. We'll see. That's why they play the game.
Yep. All right, we are also starting to focus our attention down on the field as the two bands, maybe the most two prestigious bands in the state, are set to collaborate forces for the national anthem in a few minutes. Meanwhile, here comes the visitors. Coach Jimmy Lozon, now in his 10th season, has brought 2 championships to the school in both 2019 and again in 2021. And appropriately so, hearing the boos from the Pinkerton fans.
Well, wouldn't expect any less. This, as we said, my understanding is that Londonderry at one time, decades ago, went to Pinkerton Academy. And so when you look at the more senior folks in the Londonderry community and the Pinkerton community, when that split, there's all of that history involved. And then, of course, the children and grandchildren have been brought up in the fold to really, on one day a year, not like each other too much. But that's what makes it so fantastic.
Yeah, there's a gathering crowd here of greater than,
and they're amped,
3,000, maybe 4,000 at this point,
and growing,
and maybe another on the way. Meanwhile, the home team now starting to file in here as well. They've got their dual flags at the head of the line, and here they are, the Pinkerton Astros.
Outstanding. Great entry, both teams.
It's Ben Wolders, the senior wide receiver. Number 5 in red, and of course,
and Nick,
his teammate there, Camden Mariscal, is right there with him.
Think about how the freshmen and the young guys feel coming out here the first time into this crowd. Talk about grooming football hype in a community and within the players' mindsets. As Coach O'Reilly, I thought this is great stuff here. Great stuff.
We got
Feels like a college level.
Competing pep rallies here.
Yeah, and we can hear the crowd, the visitor crowd, from the other side as well. So both of these crowds extremely well attended tonight, and they are loud,
appropriately dressed as well.
Yes.
A lot of red on the home sideline, a lot of blue on that far sideline. So
and we will have the band at halftime for you folks to be able to listen to these outstanding musical collections here that they are going to play for you. We will have that at halftime.
Yep. All right, right now they're getting loose as well here. I believe the national anthem is on the way. It'll be followed by the coin flip at midfield. We'll have that live for you as well. And then again, opening kickoff scheduled for about 4 minutes from now, 6 o'clock Eastern time. We remind you tomorrow we're right back at it as well. Second part of our doubleheader will be in Salem. There's two very good Division I teams go head-to-head, kind of a measuring stick game between Salem and Wyndham. Our coverage begins at 12:45 Eastern tomorrow, 1 o'clock kick.
Well, you interested in the key of the game, Nick, and maybe a key to the...
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. I just have one for Londonderry. Londonderry has got to use their speed, Nick, and I think they have to attack the off-tackle, the outside part of the field on Pinkerton. I think their offensive line is terrific. I think they'll be able to move the ball, but I think Jimmy being in a way this year is really going to want to get up ahead. On Coach O'Reilly's side, I think Coach O'Reilly, it's going to be the timing and the ability of Timmy Herson to live up to the kind of quality ball player that he has shown this year, great maturity. He's going to have to hit those play-action passes. Otherwise, if they can't successfully do play-action, Nick, it's going to really allow Londonderry to really to pinch down, clamp down on the run. If they're successful, I think Pinkerton's got a very good chance tonight. If Londonderry is able to own the edge, because they're outside blocking, their receivers block as good or better than anybody I've seen all year. Everybody blocks on Londonderry and Pinkerton. If Londonderry can establish that on the edge, I think they're going to have a lot of running room. And then we're going to see about the whole quarterback situation. Ball control is going to be a big part. I really think in some of these other games, playing the four quarterbacks, you kind of look at playing four quarterback. Well, we got a way it looked really good. In this game, you're playing Pinkerton Academy. I think it wouldn't surprise me if Jimmy gets somebody that is playing kind of at a high level. We may see him stick with him from the whole game. Those would be my keys to the game at this point. Special teams, obviously. But Coach O'Reilly talked about it last night, said our special teams got defeated the last 2 or 3 years. He says he likes his special teams this year, so I'll take him at his word. It's always good. I expect both special teams to be very solid tonight.
Londonderry won the coin toss. They're going to defer to the second half, so Pinkerton is set to receive. And now both teams fired up on the opposing sidelines. Meanwhile, Pinkerton's still in the huddle over near the end zone.
Geez, John's getting some aerial shots right in the...
And John Barron, our cameraman, is right there in the mix.
Matt's got the Astros. Boy, this is good stuff, guys.
All right, it's a dual, as we mentioned, a dual performance of the national anthem. Jamie Bacchia, Serge Bolio, the two band directors, collaborating, and some folks still trying to rush to get some seats here. But this place is about 99% full. And there's a lot of folks now starting to gather 2-3 rows deep behind the end zone as well.
When you look at these two records coming in, both 3-0, Nick, that is to have a Mack Plaque game, period, is a tremendous opportunity to broadcast a game. Always enjoy it every single year. But to have both of these teams coming in 3-0 and they're both, having good seasons and have a solid group of guys, of starters and backups, with these two coaches, it's going to be very interesting to see the back and forth, the adjustments that are made from quarter to half. It's going to be very interesting to see the ebbs and flows of how this game moves back and forth.
Londonderry 3-0, one of those wins out of state, week 2 at Chelmsford. They beat Manchester Central last week in state, 47-0. Pinkerton 3-0, putting up back-to-back 51-point performances in week 2 and week 3 blowout wins. So neither team has really been challenged through 3 weeks.
No, and tonight you've got to believe there's going to be times and moments in this game where we're going to, 2 hours from now, reflect back on and say, this was the moment in this tight result, assuming that, looks like we're going to have the anthem.
With the combined efforts of Londonderry High School and Pinkerton Academy, led by Jamie Osborne, Pregame, Emily Austin, Ian Ellison, Andrea Johnson, and Serge Holyoke.
Well, there it is, the national anthem performed by both the Pinkerton Academy Marching Band and the Londonderry Lancer Marching Band. Again, under the direction of Jamie Bacchia from Pinkerton, Serge Bolio of Londonderry. Nick and Astis, Steve Beals with you right here in Derry. Basically, the heart of New Hampshire high school football, at least tonight in the state of New Hampshire, as both teams undefeated, division rivals, and according to that man, Coach O'Reilly, this may just be round one, as these two teams have a habit of meeting up in the postseason. And, well, one thing is for sure, it's a rivalry game. Everybody's come out for it, and it's about as big of a regular season affair as you can come up with.
Yeah, I think there's a huge advantage for both of these teams to really see where they are. Like you said, they're 3-0. They really haven't had any close games yet. I was surprised on the first game, Nick, that we did with Londonderry when they just, handled Concord with, at least in the second half, with quite a bit of ease, and took on Elia Bahuma and really minimized the impact that he had. So they have the ability to shut down great players on the Londonderry side. I don't think we've seen anything less here with Pinkerton. Pinkerton's been just as solid, and this is really going to be a great opportunity to play a high-level opponent and sharpen the sword, so to speak, as they work through the rest of their season. To me, when you look at the schedules ahead, at least what we think right now, it looks to me like Londonderry has a little bit more difficult schedule, but at the end of the day, it's about right now that these teams playing each other. And things can change in the course of a year.
All right, Londonderry, they won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half, so they will kick right to left in this first quarter. Fans on their feet on both sidelines. Blake Thompson is the 6'1 junior. He's got it teed up on the far hash. Two men back deep for Pinkerton. Jamison Isaac, 5'11 speedster. The junior is at about the 14-yard line across from his teammate, the explosive Matt Morrison. Kick.
Ooh.
Short, near side. It's going to land, and that ball is alive at the 35-yard line. Londonderry has the football. Well, there's the special teams, Steve, that we talked about that both coaches figured would factor in. It factors in on the first play. Off the tee, Londonderry able to recover a live football.
Look at this execution on the kick here. He has it. The key here is it's up high, Nick. He had no opportunity to be able to field the ball very effectively. Still have to accomplish that no matter what. It'll always be his responsibility there. But the execution on the kick was as good as it gets.
Nate Rosario recovered it, the senior.
Big play.
Able to get under it. And now it's Londonderry football. 1st and 10 in starting field position in Pinkerton territory at the 35-yard line. Here comes Connor Williams, the 5'9 senior quarterback, one of 4 we may see take a snap or two tonight. He's going to hand off on the opening play. And a run play is going to produce a 5-yard pickup down to the 30-yard line.
He has a lot of energy, Nick. I think he'd be a great choice for quarterback. They're all good.
That's Jake Shenna on the opening carry. We've seen Shenna over the years play very big in big games.
Absolutely.
And he may be one to watch tonight. They're going to fake to him. They keep it with Williams. And Williams is going to end up short of that first down marker. Trying to get to the 25. They'll spot him at about the 27. So a 3rd down and 2 on the way.
Looks like a lot of zone blocking here, Nick. This is more of a zone offense. You don't see it is a typical wash down, kick out, lead through. This is a big down, I think, Nick, for Pinkerton, because if they can stop this over the next 1 or 2 downs, it does negate the error on special teams. We'll see what happens.
Meanwhile, Londonderry got to spread it out. 3rd down and 2, pitch to Shenna. Near side, cuts it up, looking for the 25. Ooh. Second effort.
It's close. I think he's a little short.
Finished off by Anthony Caruso, the big 6'3 defensive back, but
yeah, he's short.
He is short. It's going to be 4th and 1. They're going to spot the football just inside the 26-yard line.
Nice place. That's 79.
Well, that's the big two-way lineman, Joe Pekowski.
Wow, he just came up and just folded the runner right in place. This is a big play.
3 receivers out of the pistol on 4th down and 1. Coach Lozon.
Changing up as usual.
Yep. Flashing the hand signals. He's going to be in direct communication with his quarterback all night. He's going to take a timeout here.
Yep. Tell me he doesn't always aware of the gravity of every moment, Nick, is Coach Lozon, is Coach O'Reilly. They know when it means something. This means a lot to him right now to be able to get the first down, as it does to Pinkerton, Nick. That last, the 3 downs of Pinkerton is positive for the Astros, Nick, and the defense looks pretty stout, looks pretty strong, and holding up here. But this is a swing play here.
If you're just joining us, Londonderry on the opening kickoff recovered a short kick. And now 3 plays later, it's the Pinkerton defense that has a chance to force a stop.
It's the little things in special teams, Nick, that are big. And anybody can kick an onside kick, but to kick it with that kind of execution level is really impressive. He got the height that he needed, able to get his strikers downfield and cause havoc with the Pinkerton Astro that was attempting to field it. And here they are here with the ball coming back to him first half. Have an opportunity here to get a first down and drive this thing in. So
both coaches know what time it is. This crowd knows it's a big early play. We're just 2 minutes in. 4th down and 1. The give up the middle, and Londonderry is going to keep the drive going. That's Carson Palma, the 5'8", 185-pound junior.
Not by much,
able to go up the middle. They needed 1. They get 2. and a new fresh set of downs for the Lancers.
Big pickup, big first down. Timely timeout there. No pun intended. Timely timeout.
Yep.
Well understood the gravity of the moment. When you're away, you want to strike first. It has an evening effect in most games.
Shenna in motion on 1st and 10. Williams going to throw it. Near side, screen for the receiver. He's down inside the 20, turns his back at about the 17. First catch for Londonderry's Matt Carroll.
Watch this on
The
replay.
senior is going to pick up about 7 yards.
Watch this on replay. They do a great job of just sliding him out. Watch. Nobody picks him up.
Morrison on
Tough
the
to
tackle.
see there, but it's very difficult to pick up.
Well, we expect
Do
to
a great
see
job.
Expect to see really anything out of the bag of tricks tonight from Coach Lozon. We see an early screen. See if they go back to the run here.
Whoa.
It's a toss. Running back wasn't ready. Williams picks it up. And
Big
it's going to
play.
be a big loss as he's sacked back at about the 25-yard line. The Astros swarm to him, but the pitch, a result of some miscommunication there.
There's some miscommunication. I think they might have been running 2 different plays, Nick. Well, there you go.
No chance for Williams.
Yeah, he wasn't even anywhere near where he was supposed to be. Yeah, he wasn't even looking back. He looked like he was just going out to lead block, Nick.
Yeah, that's
So,
Palmer.
serious miscue there. 3rd down.
3rd and 10. 3-man rush. They keep it on the ground, trying to bounce it to the outside is Palma, and Palma,
Wow.
I believe, is going to pick up the first down. Yes, sir. He's inside the 15, down at about the 13. A gain of 12 on 3rd and long, and Londonderry's got another first down.
Watch the lane that he chooses. He goes out, he weaves his blockers, and then attacks the outside edge. Remember I talked about that keys to the game, Nick. Londonderry's ability to block the edge and open up opportunities for their good runners. You saw it right there.
Big 75 in white. We know who he is. Ty Miles, the senior, with a big block on that last play. Meanwhile,
Nice
quarterback
pickup.
number 2 is in the game. That's Cam Brutus. As we mentioned, Londonderry expected to rotate as many as 4 different quarterbacks tonight. Brutus the second to take a snap.
25.
He goes right side and he gets stopped by.
It's like Savas Constantinos.
Yeah, that's Constas Savas,
Yeah, I'm having trouble reading the small print up here.
the 5'9" linebacker. Part of this
Nice
linebacker
job.
core that Coach O'Reilly praised when we spoke with him last night. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. Again, it's Palma the tail. They keep it with Brutus, the quarterback. A little bit of room initially. He's inside the 10. Still alive.
He's in.
And he's going to find his way close to the goal line into the end zone for a touchdown. Cam Brutus. An impressive run there. It got to the 2nd level and made it happen. Able to cap off a short drive here to open the football game. Londonderry striking
Now watch
first,
this.
6-0.
Attacks the edge again, Nick. This edge, they block on the edge as good as any team I've seen all year long. That's exactly what Coach Lozon has attacked over and over on this drive. Every time he has, it's been pretty successful.
Broke 2 tackles, too.
Yeah, broke 2 tackles. But when you get that kind of head of speed up, in front of you because of good blocking at the point of attack, that's what happens.
So with 5 minutes gone by, Londonderry trying to make it a 7-0 game. It won't happen. It was a low snap.
Wow.
And that allowed Pinkerton's Jamison Isaac to get into the backfield and tackle the holder. So it stays 6-0 Londonderry.
So a special teams blunder by Londonderry, a special teams high-level execution on the initial kickoff, which got them the 6 points. And I'll tell you, well, we got Mr. Jake Albert coming up here in a bit. It's good to see you, man, as always. Your dad said that, yeah.
Jake Albert.
Want to put him
Live
on
on air here. Sure. Throw a headset on him. Real quick. Of course, you were a 4-year starter here, graduated back in the spring, member of the baseball team as well, and now you're back here for Mack Plaque.
Yeah.
What's it mean to you? What's it mean to these guys down on the field?
Oh, well, this is the most exciting game of the year. I mean, obviously, I guess besides playoffs, but I mean, this was always hyped up every single year. Obviously, I never was able to get it done, so like I'm here hoping, and I believe in those guys down there. I told them that in the group chat. So
you saw the opening kickoff. Sometimes that can take some of the emotion out of the game early. How does Pinkerton recover?
I think they got some veteran kids on there that they know how to deal with adversity. So I have a lot of faith in them right now.
How's college going?
It's going pretty good.
Yeah?
I'm excited. Yeah, picked up baseball in the fall. So
Don't miss home yet. Huh?
no. I'm close anyway, so.
Well, we appreciate you stopping by the booth.
Thank you very much.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
We've been following you, Jake. We missed you out on the football.
And again, Jake Albert joining us here.
I'll tell you, you gave us a lot of joy over these last 4 years, I'll tell you.
In the
4-year starter, Jake Albert.
All right,
see you, man. Don't be a stranger.
Ball up in
All
the
right?
air. Pinkerton this time does field the kickoff, but they won't get very far as Isaac is sliced down.
Nice cover there by
just past the 20 at the 21-yard line.
What a gentleman. What a fine person.
4-year starter, as you mentioned, played both ways.
Just love the way he played the game
And
of football.
Was one of the better players to come through the Pinkerton program.
Definitely.
In the last few years. So
nice of him to come up.
All right. Londonderry, they got the start they wanted. And now we see this defense, which we've known has been impressive, very impressive through the first 3 weeks.
But I'm equally interested to see how well the offensive line stacks up against that defense. This is going to be key here.
Tim Hersom is the quarterback, hands off, and it goes right up the middle. That's going to be close to a first down. Opening carry for Caden Michaud, one of the 3 captains.
I think a little short.
For Pinkerton, the 5'8", 160-pound senior is going to pick up 9 officially there.
Watch the cross block here. See that turnaround? Nice swing block. What a terrific job. I couldn't even get the number, but looked to me like the right guard, Nick. Yes, what a terrific job. I'll get his number here in a minute, but boy, what a terrific block.
Coach O'Reilly said first series is going to be telling tonight. Pinkerton looking to pick up their first down on second down and 1. And they will get it. Michaud a short Nick, gain on the right side.
We could see Morrison and Hersom developing in the second half of the year. Kind of said, who is this Morrison guy? He just started cutting it upfield. Got a great plant step before he makes his cut, especially when he goes to the right side. And then you got Michaud as a 1-2 punch behind Hersom there. So
pretty good fullback too. And
yes.
Ben Quintilani,
absolutely
5'8", 180-pound junior. All right, on 1st and 10, not going to get anything here.
Londonderry coming in low here. If we see this again, watch them fork their way into the gaps, Nick. It looks to me like watch here. You're going to see them come in really low.
See there,
they completely came in low there. Number 5.
That's Devin Bowles.
That's Devin Bowles. How is that not surprising?
Younger brother of Riley Bowles.
Devin has just played fantastic this year.
Riley, of course, a 2-time state champion. Meanwhile, on the rollout, Hersom looking for the sideline at a tiptoe. Took a shot.
No flag.
At the tail end of that. It's clean according to the officials, and we move on here with a 3rd and long upcoming for Pinkerton. Just over 5 minutes now remaining opening quarter.
Yeah, big down here for Pinkerton, Nick. He did a nice job escaping, but just terrific defensive back work. But, one of the things that Timmy might have done early last year is thrown that ball, Nick. He makes great decisions. If it's not there, get back under center, call him, make it another play. Don't do anything to change momentum of the game. Take what they give you, and he's done a good job.
3rd and 11. Morrison in motion. They give to Michaud right side, and that is shut down again.
Yeah, nice.
Londonderry swarming to the football, but it's the big defensive lineman Colin Kuchar, who Steve is listed at 6'6", 270, who made the tackle.
I think he's all of that, Nick. He's got a big, thick frame, and that was just good defensive line work, holding it strong right there. And when they do that, Nick, that opens up the vision that a Devin Bowles and the other linebacker core needs to be able to come in, and that's working for him because of that great defensive line.
So the Astros will punt. Peyton Harmony is the senior. Takes a clean snap at the 20. This one is high. It's got some distance. It's going to land in Londonderry territory inside the 35 before it comes to a stop.
Good kick.
At about the 34-yard line. So the Lancers take over. Got a 6-0 lead on the road here with just over 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. And I think, Steve, that opening kick quieted this crowd a bit, took some of the momentum away maybe from Pinkerton, got the 4th and 1 conversion, which ultimately led to the 12-yard touchdown run from Cam Brutus.
Well, what it does, Nick, is it just makes you feel like after 10 seconds of the game, you're playing uphill. And, one of the things that both these coaches understand, Nick, is that when you're away, you want to score first. You want to even that playing field take away that advantage, get the crowd quieted. They were able to do that in the first drive.
Now trying to build on this 6-0 lead. They're going to go to the air. Hit as he throws, incomplete. Trying to find a receiver deep down the middle, intended for Nate Rosario. Sam Ogden, third different quarterback into the game in this first quarter for Londonderry. And now a 2nd and 10 on the way.
You know, I guess you could argue that it does change things for the defense. It's hard to get settled in, but if you're going to play multiple quarterbacks, they all have to be effective.
Ogden will stay in. Saw him opening night take one snap, and he went the distance, 60-yard touchdown run. He's going to pitch here on 2nd and 10. And Palma going to navigate across the 35 to about the 37.
Yeah,
where he's knocked out of bounds by a couple of Astros, and now a 3rd and 5 upcoming.
Once again, edge blocking, Nick. They're winning that battle. That's how they're getting 5, 7, 9, 11 yards here. You're going to see the edge blocking again. Just a terrific job of gaining. Look at 55 and look at Devin. Look at Devin Bowles. I mean, skilled player, plays lunch bag football in the old-fashioned way. Boy, do I love that stuff.
Ogden going to go deep here on 3rd and 5. It's up for grabs and intercepted. Taken away by Matt Morrison.
And the crowd goes wild.
There are about 4 different players competing for that football, and Morrison able to somehow snatch it on his back.
Wow.
And give the ball back.
We're going to see it right here. It looked to me like it was still in play right to the ground. There it is. Great job getting the hand in. And he tipped it, never touched the ground. Big play there for Pinkerton, Nick. Here's their opportunity to answer back.
Intended for Rosario.
Ball never came off well, Nick. Never came off the quarterback's hands well at all.
Got hit there by Anthony Caruso, and Morrison is the beneficiary. So Pinkerton on their second drive going to take over at their own 39-yard line. It's a quick hitter up the middle. One of the big backs is going to rumble his way across midfield and down to the Lancer 46-yard line. That's Ryan Catno. The 5'11", 215-pound senior got free there.
Wow. Did he go through that line like a bulldozer, Nick? Look at that. Try stopping that. He lowers his shoulder. He wants you to come hit him. Look at him. That was a smart move, scissoring his legs right there.
Yeah, Connor Williams.
You're going to take him on upper half. You're going to lose.
Connor Williams jumped in front of him and just hoped to get a piece there. Meanwhile, on the toss, Mishu, first down and then some. He's inside the 30. On his longest run of this first quarter, he's going to set up Pinkerton on the doorstep of the red zone now at the 25-yard line.
The Astros, look at it here. The Astros have always had a runner, always on staff. They could pitch. Look at Mishu, tear it up. Yeah, that carpet is hot after his feet are on there, Nick. He was rocking through that hole. That was a terrific job. I couldn't tell which safety. That was a terrific job there. That was a touchdown saving tackle.
And Williams again.
And
in on the stop.
And the Astro offense is on fire right now.
2 big plays in a row. They try to make it 3. They go up the middle and it'll grind out maybe 3 yards. Inside the 25 to about the 23 on Catno's second carry. This time Londonderry ready and a 2nd and 7 on the way.
Turnovers have such an effect on momentum in all sports. In all levels of football, but in high school, I think it has an incredible impact. And so if Pinkerton can go down and score, there's a momentum evening out, if you will. You may even give Pinkerton the edge as they scored last. But there's work to do before they get there in this great Londonderry defense.
2nd and 7, Hersom to the air for the first time. That is incomplete. Tried to find Michaud over the middle.
Is that who it was? I couldn't tell who he was trying to throw to.
Intended for Michaud, and now a 3rd down and 7 on the way. Tim Hersom, 2-year starter. And as we mentioned,
looked pretty good, actually.
One of the taller quarterbacks in the state of New Hampshire. Listed at 6'4". He's all of that. And now as a senior, as a veteran as well. Here's Coach O'Reilly, hoping his team can keep the drive alive. 3rd down and 6. Hersom, double handoff. Morrison looking to turn the corner. Gets a key block, and he's got very close to a first down.
Close.
He's inside the 20, seeking, I believe, the 18-yard line.
I think he's got it.
Well, the officials have not signaled yet. They're going to measure this maybe.
No, they brought it back behind. Okay, so I thought it was on the 3.
Yeah, they're a little short.
Little short.
About 4th down.
I don't think there's any doubt what's going to go
maybe
on.
Maybe 8
here.
inches, 4th and inches.
Morrison, it looked to me,
great effort.
When he went out of the sidelines, like he had it down to the 17, close to the 17, but it wasn't. Hard to tell at an angle. So Londonderry holds here, at least for 3 downs. Now, Coach O'Reilly takes a timeout.
Exactly. Minute 45 remaining, first quarter. Our broadcast is brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait. It's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 5 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the Seacoast. Visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. And finally by Spectrum Monthly. Powerful local advertising solutions. Find out more at SpectrumMonthly.com. Nick and Astis, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Londonderry took the early lead. Lancer defense hoping for a stop here on 4th and 1. From the 18-yard line, handoff left side, and that is a first down. It's Ryan Catno, and the ball comes out. The ball is out. Londonderry jumps on it, and the Lancers have the football.
Wow.
Now there was a
that seemed to come out awful late, didn't it?
A big pig pile inside the 10-yard line, and the ball just popped out of that pile.
Let's see.
Londonderry jumps on it. The officials are still looking at each other. It was initially signaled that, yes, indeed, that's a live football. Lancers recover, and now Londonderry is going to take over inside their own 5-yard line.
Yeah, okay. Now, if we can see it from John's camera over there. Here, we're going to see it now. Here we go.
Catno's surrounded, trying to protect that football.
It's out. It's out.
And on his way down, it appeared like
that's just heads-up football.
Devin Bowles and company clawing at that.
Smart football.
Tough to protect it in that kind of a scenario.
I mean, they got you. You got you laying right on your back, right before you actually hit the ground on your back.
That's
what
a big turnover.
Play.
Big turnover in the red zone. So the Lancers take over, still with a 6-0 lead. Cam Brutus avoids Pekowski, going to bounce it near side.
He's gone.
And all of a sudden, he's down the sideline across the 30 and out of bounds.
Wow.
Somewhere around the 32-yard line. Big pickup of 28 there for Cam Brutus.
Yeah.
Brutus, who scored Londonderry's opening touchdown about 5 minutes in. That's his longest play from scrimmage.
There's Matt Morrison on the defensive back. What a great hustle getting back. I thought he was gone. He pulled a vector backside here. Just did a great job stopping that thing from going all the way to the other end.
Astro fans awake now, chanting defense. 1st and 10, Londonderry. Brutus, run right side, lowers the shoulder. Still alive, trying to bounce it again to the right. This time he is spun down at about the 35-yard line after a gain of 2.
Well,
Pinkerton with a couple of players over there on the edge, including Joe Asanya, a 5'10", sophomore defensive back.
3 turnovers in the game so far in the first quarter, correct? 2 by Pinkerton, 1 by Londonderry, I believe, right?
We're counting the kick.
On the count. Oh, yeah, you got to count. That's a turnover.
Yep.
And that's why we've got 6-0 here at the end of the first quarter.
Somebody said it may be a defensive game.
I think that might have been you.
Down to 30 seconds here in this first quarter. Sweep near side. First carry
great.
for the senior Seth Doyon, and it's not
Morrison
a good one
again.
for Londonderry. Morrison leading a red wave into the backfield. It's going to end up as a loss of 2, and now an upcoming 3rd and 10 has got Coach Lozon.
This is all about fighting for contain right here. Watch him fight for outside position. Look at that. He stays in the outside. He stays smart. I even would have rather seen him out a little further, but he did not lose the ability to that outside edge, which Londonderry is so good at cutting you down.
All right.
And it looks to me like there's been some defensive adjustments made, Nick.
Yeah. 6-0 after 1. Right back to Derry in just a moment. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Okay with a game like this. This is fine. I love it.
2017 final.
9-6. That's Gossett. That's just Devin Bowles. What smart players these guys are. They're just football players.
All right, we're back here in Derry. Londonderry facing a 3rd down and 9. Pinkerton trying to force a stop. Going to go to the air. Ogden trying to find Doyon. That is incomplete. Overthrown near side, and now a 4th and 10 is on the way. Londonderry out in front 6-0. Cam Brutus on the opening drive scored from 12 yards out. Extra point was mishandled. Pinkerton offense unable to capitalized late in that first quarter inside the 10-yard line. A fumble gave Londonderry the football back. So defense, special teams, and field position, the name of the game in that first quarter.
No doubt, Nick. This game appears to me to be evening out. Pinkerton was able to move the ball quite well, and that is going to be a key element, as Coach O'Reilly talked about last night.
Devin Bowles' punt high off the left footer's left foot. It's going to bounce inside the 30, and it's down at about the 26-yard line. Both teams 3-0. As we know, it's the Mack Plaque game. It's an annual battle, not just on the football field, Steve, but the two schools engage in a number of athletics.
Before we go there, Nick, I think
if
we can see a replay here, I think that Londonderry was saying that the Pinkerton player touched it as it was coming down off the field. But to your point, Nick, as far as the Mack Plaque is concerned, it just makes you – we put this on our chart every single year. And as you see here with the excitement around this, for good reason.
Large crowd tonight, better than 4,000 estimated on hand. Meanwhile, on a 1st and 10 give – it's just not enough room to run there for Ryan Catnote as the Londonderry defensive front continuing to play pretty well, Steve. Really one of the only units statewide that has the personnel to play a 3-4, right?
Yes. When you've got, 3 guys, 6'5", 6'6", 260, 230, and 255 pounds, Nick, at the high school level.
They're going to pinch here with 2 outside linebackers, and ultimately it's the nose tackle who's going to make another tackle. That's Colin Kuchar, big 6'6" junior.
Excuse me.
Just a 2-yard pickup there. So it looks like 3rd and 6 coming up here from Pinkerton's 30.
But to your point on the 3-man, what an advantage that gives them if they can hold their own with a 3 defensive lineman set. That just opens up another skilled player to be able to be roaming. It allows a guy like Devin Bowles to just be able to cause havoc because you can send him in the green space, and he can just cause havoc. He's got tremendous vision. They all do.
3rd down and 5. Londonderry going to load up defensively on the line of scrimmage. Hersom going to fake the toss. Senior's going to scramble. Running to his right. Penalty flag. Hersom looking for the stick. He's going to lower his shoulder and pick up the 1st down.
But I think it's coming back.
Penalty flag back.
Yep.
At the 28-yard line, and it's a hold against Pinkerton.
You're going to see it's on the back side here. Once he rolls out, there, he just tackled him right there. That's just a good call. Right on it.
Yeah, that's
trying to protect his quarterback.
One of the tri-captains, Marco Centano.
Yep.
And it's the game's first penalty
But you got to protect your quarterback, Nick, in a situation like that.
So we hear for the first time from longtime referee Paul Page.
Yeah.
Part of a 5-man crew here tonight that includes Paul Smith, Mike Murphy, Bob Barbarese, and Ernie Rayring. So,
thank you so much for our officials for taking on this these roles that these people do for us. Without them, we have no football, and there's a shortage.
Yeah.
So if anybody is interested in call the NHIAA, get connected. They're looking for good quality officials that have football knowledge, and if you don't have any, they'll train you.
3rd down and 15. Coach
Wow.
O'Reilly going to keep it on the ground with Morrison. He's going to make a cut, and he's going to pick up a 1st down. Able to zip through the second line of defense and ultimately ends up at his own 40-yard line after a pickup of 18.
Well, this is what you want to establish the quarter. If you're Pinkerton, you're down 6-0 at the end of the first quarter. You want to take this one and go into halftime with the ability to make all the resets that you need and adjustments. This is a big drive, big opening drive here in the second. It's a momentum item. They were deep in the territory of Londonderry once and gave it up.
2 minutes in, second quarter. Hersom back to the air. He's got time. He throws an interception. It's picked off. Able to reel it in is Ty Parsons, and Parsons loses the ball at the end of the run, but the football goes out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Ty Parsons read that one like a book, and all of a sudden Londonderry is set up with a 1st and goal.
Yeah, he wasn't really set up at the quarterback position, Nick. I don't know. If you look at him, he's kind of backing up. As he's backing up, he throws it right into – it's very difficult for him to pick that up as he's backing away from the ball, Nick. He was very much lasered on the receiver, wasn't really aware of the general area, and that's what happens right there. Morrison able to tomahawk the ball out of his hands, but unfortunately for Pinkerton, it goes out of bounds in this Londonderry ball.
And now all of a sudden, quarterback number 4 is in the backfield for Londonderry.
They are in the driver's seat.
Villa, the 6'4" junior. Villa going to put a man in motion, take the snap, call his own number on a run up the middle, turns his back at the 2-yard line. It's
close.
And is knocked down short of the goal line. Looks like a touchdown saving tackle there by Morrison. A 2nd and goal from the 1 is on the way.
He's a load. He runs hard. Watch this. Watch as he lowers his shoulder here. I love this in a quarterback. Look at that.
Big frame, as we know, plays on the edge defensively.
Yep.
And is now in again on 2nd down and goal. Going to stay in the back. It's an empty set. Man in motion. Same play. This time it's a touchdown. Villa is going to score from 2 yards out officially, and Londonderry is going to double their lead with 3 minutes gone by in this second quarter. It's now 12-0.
Costly interception there, Nick. You're kind of moving the ball down the field pretty effectively there. And I was talking to one of the keys to the game was those play-action passes, Nick, after they come out of them. How are they going to affect? Are they thrown at the right time? Are they thrown properly? And in that case, just thrown into coverage. So if you're going to do play-action out, you just one of the things that Hersum's been able to do is not make those kind of mistakes, but this is a very, very good defense of the Lancers.
So Londonderry will try and cap the drive with the extra point. This time the snap and hold are on the money, and the kick is up and good. So the Lancers capitalize off the turnover. They take advantage of the very short field, and they go 2 plays, 7 yards into the end zone. Alex Villa with the 2-yard plunge, and it's now 13-0.
Key of the game, Nick, is turnovers. I mean, when you look at it in this particular situation, Nick, you're looking at a turnover in the opening kickoff, 6 points, a turnover here, 7 more points, and then a turnover with Pinkerton down on the 4-yard line or something there, and then they lose the opportunity to potentially get ahead 7-6. You even with the 2 turnovers of Pinkerton, if they don't turn it over there down in the zone, you could be looking at 13-7 right now. That's a very different game. Pinkerton's got themselves in a situation now where they really have to score something. They got to put something on the board to begin to narrow down the gap and change the paradigm of the game.
They have been able to move the football.
That
was a concern
of
Coach O'Reilly's when we spoke with him on FNL Gridiron last night. You can watch that interview. And, of course, we had Coach Lozon on the program along with Joe Marshallina as well. That episode of FNL Gridiron available under the videos section on our YouTube channel, FNLNH Media. Again, Friday Night Lights New Hampshire on YouTube.
This crowd has just picked up
Media.
another 800 or 900 people, Nick, in the past 20 minutes.
Yeah, I was about to comment on that. There's even more folks scattered now well beyond the end zone.
Way up in the apron there, yeah.
Up on the knoll.
Hundreds. Thousands here.
All right. Here's the kick from Thompson. It'll be fielded by the sophomore Isaac. He's a junior. And Isaac, little running room along the outside. And Isaac eventually tossed out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. So good starting field position here for the Astros. They need an answer with 3 minutes gone by in the second quarter.
But, Nick, watch here the discipline of Londonderry, Nick, controlling the outside, making sure they contain. You'll see on that last run, I don't think we'll probably have time to do it, but they are just so disciplined of making sure that on special teams we're not going to give up the big plays, and that was very representative of it right there.
We'll see those guys at halftime, those guys and gals.
We'll see if they can keep this offense moving.
Londonderry band, along with Pinkerton, expected to perform. Meanwhile, Villa is going to make a tackle on the edge for Londonderry. 1st and 10 toss for Michaud. It goes nowhere. Villa was waiting with open arms.
Yeah, but he won the individual matchup. You got great players playing great players here, Nick. Villa won that matchup. Watch number 7 right here. Look at this. He controls. He is able to rip away. He controlled his man instead of being controlled. That's what allowed him to make the tackle. Those are the things that win football games as they compile in one favor or the other team.
Second down and long.
He's got him.
Hursom looking for Morrison, and Doyon is going to find himself with the football. It's intercepted.
Wow.
Great play on the ball by Seth Doyon. He maintained the inside position, tracked it the whole way, and the Londonderry defense comes up with their 3rd takeaway of this first half.
Yeah, again, more play-action pass, Nick, that's not working. The ball really had a lot of time in the air right there. He had the time to throw that ball was about a second earlier. He had a nice breakaway there. Just a little bit late. He's already closing the gap here, and the throw was high and short.
The intended target, Morrison, looked like his feet betrayed him there as well as he went down.
Well, it's tough
as that ball was coming in.
Yeah, tough to slow down like that and look over your back.
Right.
You really want something led for you to run into, and that ball just didn't have the mustard to get there.
All right, back to the game's starting quarterback, Connor Williams. We'll have to wait a moment. As Coach Lozon is going to use his second timeout of this first half. It comes with just about 4 minutes gone by in this second quarter. If you're just joining us, Londonderry on the opening kick recovered a short kick and took it a short field. A key 4th and 1 conversion kept the drive alive, and ultimately Cam Brutus, quarterback number 2, into the end zone from 12 yards out. 6-0 at that point. 6-0 our score at the end of the first quarter. And then Alex Villa, again off a Pinkerton turnover, capped off just a 7-yard drive on a 2-yard touchdown run for Londonderry. Extra point was up and good. So 13-0, that is where we are. If you include the opening kick, Pinkerton has committed now 4 turnovers.
Yep.
Through the game's first 16 minutes.
2 interceptions, 1 fumble, and 1 turnover on the kickoff. That's a lot to sustain with not even halfway through the second quarter. And to be honest with you, 13-0 could have been even worse, Nick. But Pinkerton is doing other things quite right that's keeping them at least in the game so far.
Meanwhile, extra pressure up the middle, and the 1st and 10 play is blown up in the backfield. Now that's the big defensive lineman, Joe Pikowski. We mentioned
he's been impressive tonight.
Early on, 6'5", 240. The senior used his size there to create a loss.
Yeah, watch this, folks. You're going to see, look at this, great square to the line. See him straddle his way down the line. Instead of turning his body and opening himself up for a cross block, he's staying square to the line as he's looking for the runner.
Luke DeLange ended up finishing him off.
Good job again. This guy is doing it.
Yeah, it's DeLange again in the hole for the stop.
Yeah.
The senior with back-to-back tackles for Pinkerton. and suddenly 3rd and long facing Londonderry.
Nick, I'll be honest with you. I don't see it's the offense or defensive line for Pinkerton that's the challenge here right now. I think they're holding up extremely well, play for play. It's the turnover battle. And, one of those keys we talked about was the play-action pass not working.
Chance here for Pinkerton.
Yes.
To get the defense off the field. They threaten a blitz here on 3rd and 11.
Here.
Williams, play action. He's got time. He's going to air it out. And that one is overthrown. Incomplete. The 6'2 junior receiver, Mason Paquette,
so they
could not catch up. So the Pinkerton defense does hold. And Londonderry expected to punt here out of their own end, facing 4th and 11.
Pinkerton coaches coaching their butts off right now. You can see it. They're aware that they're in this game with 4 turnovers to only be down 13-zip, Nick, under this particular situation, and then, actually turning the ball over to them. So that's almost like right on their 4-yard line. That's like 5 turnovers, Nick, against you in a game. It's just really
this defense has kept it a 2-score difference.
It's one thing to turn over the middle of the field, but you almost double it up when you're down the 4-yard line and you do it there. So they're still in this game.
Jaden Navarro, one of the captains, set to punt here. He takes a couple steps to his right and lets off a good one down the sideline. It'll land out of bounds without a return inside the 35 at about the 34-yard line. So again, Pinkerton will come out here 1st and 10. And the last couple of drives have not ended the way they were hoping. Trying to get some momentum here as the sun begins to set in southern New Hampshire. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's about midway through this second quarter. Both teams hoping to improve to 4-0 and capture the Mack Plaque, which is the jewel of the weekend, really, for these two schools.
Yep, and they do it in all sports, right across the board.
That's right. Everything from field hockey to football.
But there's something about the football game that makes it really special.
Biggest crowd for sure.
Yep.
On 1st and 10, Michoud got a pretty good block.
Yep.
As he came through the hole and ends up picking up about 6. Trying to sniff out the 40-yard line to set up a 2nd down and 4.
Coach O'Reilly's right. He's got a good line here, Nick. He's got a good defensive and a good offensive line. This is really on both ends, on both sides. You'd think on a beautiful night like tonight, throwing the ball would be nice and crisp, but a lot of wounded ducks thrown, a lot of balls just not with a lot of velocity.
2nd down and 4.
And it's cost the teams.
Under center, Hersom, quick hitter, the fullback, stopped at the line.
Nothing there.
And he'll be down after a short gain, if anything. Ty Miles right there for the stop. And we've got officially a 3rd down and about 3.5 on the way here as we move inside of 6 minutes. Well, Coach O'Reilly wanted to speak with his quarterback directly there.
Yeah, he needs to get him in line. Yep, absolutely.
Now having a conversation with maybe his fastest player, Morrison, who's on the sideline here for this upcoming 3rd down. See if Pinkerton can move it without him. 5 at the line of scrimmage for Londonderry. Handoff, Michoud, hit right away, spun down, and he's going to lose a yard. That's Paul Binder. Another one of these big, giant defensive linemen, 6'6", 260. The junior was waiting for Michaud there.
Yeah.
And now a 4th down and 4. Coach O'Reilly not going to mess around, going to punt the football.
Yeah, I think this is the right choice here. His defense so far is working for him, Nick, and the offense just is sputtering just a little bit without that play-action pass being connected. Remember I told you in the beginning of the game, if that play-action pass does not work, and so far it hasn't, what happens is it allows Londonderry to put more resources in on the running game, and they're plugging the gaps now.
Meanwhile, this punt just barely got off. Peyton Harmony did a good job to get that one off. It's going to take a roll inside the 30 and goes down near the 25 before it's all said and done.
Turned out actually a pretty decent kick
down
with
by
the roll.
Pinkerton's Landon McKiernan. So, the Lancers back on. Steve, their offense, mixed results maybe? They scored on the short fields, drives of 35 and 7.
Yep.
But outside of that, have not found a way to score.
To me, Nick, there's a problem in the passing game with both sides. The passes are not crisp. They're in some cases throwing into multiple coverage. How many passes have we seen overthrown by 5, 7, 9 yards? Neither quarter of the quarterback positions for either team have really been very effective tonight, Nick. To me, this is about a turnover game.
1st and 10. Brutus back in at quarterback. Handoff Shenna. Nope, not Shenna, but Carson Palma, and the junior, after bursting through the hole, is up past the 25 to about the 29-yard line. A solid gain of 5 there. Set up 2nd down and 5. Inside of 5 minutes now in this second quarter.
Well, you're going to see it right here.
Pretty big hole.
It looks it, but there's bodies on the ground, Nick, that are in the lanes.
Shoot with the tackle. 2nd and 5. Brutus back to the ground. Again, it's Palma. Breaks a tackle, but can't stay up.
Yeah.
Going to lean forward to about the 33-yard line, trying to scratch out a yard there.
The Pinkerton defense, Nick, is swarming. If somebody misses a tackle, there's 2 other guys coming in. They're motivated. They are holding Pinkerton in the game right now, and they're going to need to continue to do that. Otherwise, 3 scores, Nick, going into a half. We know the percentage is very possible, but the percentages go way, way down. So, big time here for the defense of the Astros.
Astros hoping to force a 3-and-out. They're going to again threaten the blitz, and now I think Coach Lozon just changed the play.
He may call a timeout. I don't think he likes what he sees.
He's got 1 remaining.
Yep, he's going to. Yeah, what I say. I know that guy's mind.
Yep. Starts to walk out on the field. That's a pretty good sign.
It's gravity of the moment. He understands the gravity of the moment, Nick. Like Coach O'Reilly does. He has the instinct. Coach O'Reilly does the same thing. He has a good feeling.
And as we know, Coach Lozon has been around the game for a very long time. He's still very young, mid-30s. Player at Manchester West. He's a quarterback there. A couple years later, came back to coach his alma mater at 21. Head coach at 21 in Manchester West. Moved on to the NCAA level at local St. Anselm. And now has been the head man at Londonderry for the last 10 years and is starting year number 2 as their athletic director.
Yes, and being an athletic director and a head football coach is what pretty much back in the 70s when I grew up, that's almost every AD was a football coach. And it really does give you an opportunity to make sure that all of the programs in the school, but specifically all of the challenges of the football program, you're the man in the white hat, so to speak.
Yep.
In that, and both of these coaches have that ability to do so.
Yeah, his counterpart tonight, Brian O'Reilly, of course, in the same position at Pinkerton. He's their AD. All right, 3rd down and 4. Out of the timeout, just over 3 minutes to go. Second quarter, Brutus going to let loose a laser,
just
but that
sailing
one incomplete.
passes.
Yeah, over the head of Caden Malik. The junior was streaking down the seam there, but that one off target, incomplete, and a 4th down on the way.
To be honest with you, Nick, I'm kind of warming up on Cam, to be honest with you. Not that I was ever cool. I'm just saying that was a collapsing pocket, and he stayed right in it.
Yep.
And that ball was overthrown, yes, but watch the mechanics as he comes back. He's kind of a good shot at it. Look at that. Steps forward, a lot of velocity, just a little bit high. We know that. But to me, he's a guy that's showing me that when he's in the game, Londonderry's offense, to me, picks up a little bit. But
Astros D got the stop they wanted.
What do I know?
They've now forced back-to-back 3-and-outs. Here's the punt. Bowles, it's down the middle, and a fair catch.
Just playing 30-30 here.
Is made at, again, you guessed it, the 35, make it the 36 yard line. That's about been the average starting position here for the offense in this first half. So Pinkerton, the Astros are left with 3:11 to go before halftime, and they've got 2 timeouts in the back pocket.
Yep.
The longtime head football coach, Brian O'Reilly, is he more aggressive here, Steve, or stick to the ground-oriented attack with 3 minutes
I don't think he's in a situation. He's got to – the offense, the skill positions in the offense, Nick, need to start executing as far as I'm concerned.
Play action. Hersom. He's got all day. He's going to roll out to the right. The senior now on the run. Lets it loose down the sideline. It's broken up by Doyon.
There's a flag down. We may have a hit out of bounds here, Nick, that could really turn the field position game around. I'm not sure. There may be an out-of-bounds hit here.
Flag is down.
Over the line of scrimmage. Past the line of scrimmage. Okay.
The 47-yard line. Hersom released the football after he crossed the line of scrimmage, so it's an illegal forward pass against Pinkerton.
And when you see that, Nick, you know the referees, the officials are on cue tonight.
Yep.
Because that's very easy to once everything, the play extends, you tend to lose perspective on that, and they did not do that.
That is just our second penalty of this first half.
Yeah, to me, that there's a quarterback run situation there, Nick, where just unload it. Just run upfield. There was plenty of space up there to grab 7-8 yards. I mean, he wasn't anybody near him yet, and he was already apparently over the line of scrimmage. So,
Coach Lozon's going to decline it and say, we'll take the down instead.
Yeah,
Second down
why
and
not?
10. Yep.
Why not?
3 minutes.
It's only a 5-yard penalty.
Remaining. So, coach trying to play the clock here.
Play the percentage.
And hope to get the ball back.
With no timeouts.
He's got one.
He's got one. I'm sorry.
No, you're right.
No, he
just took his last. You're right. I apologize. Man in motion. Second down and 10. Pitch right side. Morrison. Doyon up to meet him, and a good tackle there near the line of scrimmage.
Good tackling. Good defensive open field tackling, Nick. When you've got players of that caliber that know how to go down and grab and scissor those knees, Nick, and take a guy down in the spot open field. It just frustrates the offense, frustrates the runner.
It's only a gain of 2 for Morrison.
Yeah.
3rd and 8, clock continuing to tick down towards 2 minutes.
My guess is Coach O'Reilly, if he doesn't get this, will punt it because of Jimmy having Coach Lozon having no timeouts.
Trying to get to the 47-yard line.
He's got a lane,
around the corner. Stiff arm. He's got the first and more. Out of bounds finally at midfield. That's a big 11-yard run and a first down for the Astros.
Let's give a shout-out to number 49, Mr. Catno, who was Johnny on the spot, is aware of what's going on here. Look at him stretch that field and get that block upfield. Look at that. That's just a terrific job. He cut down that. He kind of washed back those guys so he could get up and get ahead of that first down. That's the kind of effort that Coach O'Reilly wants to see from his pulling lineman. Great job.
Good piece of running there as well. Vicious stiff arm. Up the middle. Catnote on 1st and 10 is going to lean forward down inside the Londonderry 45-yard line after a 6-yard grab.
Oh, that was the fullback, Catnote. I'm sorry, 40. You're exactly right, Nick.
And we're down inside of 2 minutes here on the clock.
They're blockers too, so I don't care who blocks. Everybody should block.
See if Pinkerton tries to pick up the pace here. As we're down to minute 45.
This would be huge for Pinkerton to just get on the board.
Going to hand to Morrison. It's a stretch. He goes around the corner. He's got the first down. He's dragged down from behind by Villa, who just got a piece of the jersey.
Whoa. Watch out there.
It should be a first down. It is.
Yeah, it is a first down. Hitting after the guy's down. How about Villa grabbing a piece of the jersey and holding on for dear life there, Nick, and stopping that play? Because I'll tell you, if he didn't do that, he was gone a long way.
Final 90 seconds. Clock restarts. Hersom under center on 1st and 10. Play action. The senior going to turn, going to look, going to fire. This one is deep, down towards the goal line, knocked away, incomplete. Well, Brutus and company ready in the secondary there for Londonderry. And the pass goes incomplete. It'll stop the clock with 1:18 remaining.
A little surprised there isn't a couple cross-pattern passes, Nick. I mean, he's playing off of his back foot. That's throwing in, 2 receivers in the same spot, which is never good. And then you've got 3 defenders on them. That's not a high percentage completion right there. You got 3 defenders in the area, and you got 2 receivers within a foot of each other.
The defensive back, Matt Carroll, upset with himself maybe for not picking that one off after the ball knocked him in the face mask.
I like that play.
Michoud, good cut. He's inside the 30 before he's spun down.
Yeah, they need
near the first down marker at about the 29-yard line. And yes, sir, they will move the sticks. That means I thought they were going to move them. They looked like they were going to move them, but
he said first down. Yeah, he already said it.
All right, you're right. Now they're going to move them.
I think they're just waiting to place the ball there.
So the clock momentarily stopped with 1:09. Now it's going to wind again. Tick, tick, tick.
Hurry
down
up.
Towards 1 minute.
Hurry up now.
Pinkerton still with 2 timeouts. Handoff, Michoud around the corner. Doyon comes up again to meet him at the line of scrimmage.
Ty Miles. Watch this on the replay, folks. You're going to see, well, this guy's got colleges everywhere looking at him. He just shut down that whole inside the kickout block. Watch this. Watch number 75. Hold. What's he get? Separation. Square to the line. Shut down the whole gap, Nick, right there by that kind of play. That is Division I football material right there with a frame like that.
And Doyon
So
continuing.
not only is he a big guy, not only is he tall, not only is he rugged as a bull, but he's tactically sound and well-trained.
Yep.
And that's the key. That guy is something else, I'll tell you.
Doyon has made a number of tackles out of the secondary as well, including that one there at the line of scrimmage.
That's Ty.
So it's a 1-yard pickup. 2nd down and 9. We got a timeout on the field. Coach O'Reilly is going to use his second timeout here.
Good call.
To stop the clock with 54 seconds. And the ball is down at the 28-yard line. Astros hoping to get on the board before halftime. They're going to have to kick it away to begin the third quarter. Londonderry won the coin toss but deferred to the second half.
Great communication there between the quarterback and head coach. He's working with Hersom now, Nick. He's working, trying to get some confidence back in that offensive unit. To me, the area that's open is the cross pattern underneath Nick.
Hersom got a man open
there
here.
you go.
It's Michaud at the 20. Going to lean his way down to about the 16-yard line. Another Pinkerton first down. Tackle made there by Londonderry's Ty Parsons.
Yeah, to me, Nick, this is the kind of passing lanes, in the tree that are open that Londonderry's giving. Excuse me, and he hit it right there.
It's the best the Astros have looked in this first half on offense. Last time they were in this spot, they turned it over inside the 10-yard line back in the first quarter. Hoping to right that wrong here. Hersom, 3-step drop, quick throw, incomplete.
Yep. Got to be ready for that ball.
Tried to find Morrison on the near side.
Looked to be a pretty good pass there, Nick. I don't know what you saw, but
Brutus was right there with him step for step, but the ball just looked like went through his hands.
Yeah.
Normally very sure-handed.
Just was Morrison that time. Boy, that was good mechanics right there. He was right in control.
Hersom.
Nice, Hersom, excuse me. Right in control there. Good job stepping forward. Had a nice pocket to throw out of. Nice pass.
2nd and 10 from the 17. Back to the ground. Morrison around the corner. Hit at the line of scrimmage and finished off at about the 15-yard line.
He's getting close on the clock here. They got to move.
Just a pickup of 2. Coach O'Reilly has a timeout. Has not used it yet. Down inside of 15 seconds. Clock continuing to tick. I think Coach might be thinking field goal here. He's going to let it tick.
Got to be.
Down now to 5 seconds. Down to 4. Down to 3, and there's the timeout.
Well, that answers that then.
Yep, they're going to try and get points here with a field goal. Football at the 15-yard line. So if my West Side math is correct, we're at about a 32, maybe a 33-yard attempt here on the final play of the first half.
Well, I think you're right, Nick, and I'll tell you, this is important points as much for the value of the points. It's the value of getting on the board and scoring last as you go in the half. As you come out, because remember, Londonderry's going to get the ball in that particular situation coming out in the second half. So no issue with Coach O'Reilly's with Pinkerton Astro defense here. Defense has done a terrific job. And I think on the offense, Nick, it hasn't been a lot of 3 and outs. It's just stalling drives through turnovers and then just, getting stalled as they get towards around the 30-yard line of Londonderry.
Yeah, the most promising drive of that first quarter ended in a lost fumble inside the 5-yard line. And now we'll see if they can cap off this one before halftime.
Yeah.
Peyton Harmony is on. It's a 32-yard attempt. The kick from the far hash is up. It has the leg, and it is good.
That is a big set of points right there.
There's a penalty flag down, however. May have been a late hit. Running into the kicker against Londonderry.
So that'll be assessed coming out on the kick, right?
That is the way the first half is going to end. So a 32-yard field goal gives Pinkerton a bit of a bump.
Yeah.
To conclude the first half. However, Londonderry still with a 10-point lead on the board, 13-3 at the midway point here in Derry. Get another look.
Look at that
kick. Spot on.
No question.
Plenty of leg. And
right off the foot.
Up and good. So 13-3 is our score. Coming up, a look back at that first half with stats and highlights. The Week 4 scoreboard as we bring you live live scores in real time from across the state in week number 4. And, of course, the main attraction is on the field. The two bands are going to perform.
And
I believe one after the other. So we've got an extended halftime, and those guys are getting warm down there.
2 for 1 here. Football Absolutely. Game and 2 of the top bands around.
Yes.
So worth the ticket price tonight for sure.
Absolutely. It's the place to be here tonight. All right. 13-3 Londonderry on top of Pinkerton at halftime. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. It's presented by Beals Insurance. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
Buy local and save big. For over 26 years, Spectrum Monthly has been providing great local offers from businesses in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, delivered to your mailbox every month. Spectrum is chock full of savings from your favorite businesses. From local restaurants and retail stores to entertainment, fitness, and home improvement services. You'll have easy access to thousands of dollars in savings, including exclusive offers for Spectrum readers. Every month, enter our readership contest for a chance at winning cash and local gift certificates. Spectrum Monthly, no one brings you better offers.
show is titled The Music Gun Job. The performance opens with Funeral for a Friend and Love Lies Beauty. Next is Your Song, and finally, Saturday Night's Alright. The band directors are Jamie Boccia, Mike Adams, Ian Nelson, and Andrew Johnston. The drumline instructors are Jeff Zostwich and Travis Fitzgerald. The band is led on the field by senior drum majors Jamie DeSalvo and Sam Fontaine, and junior drum major Tori Paradise. The drumline captain is Gabby McSweeney. Please welcome the Pinkerton Academy Marching Band.
Halftime here in Derry. Londonderry on top of Pinkerton by a score of 13-3. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Both teams 3-0 in the battle for the Mack Plaque. Londonderry opened things up with an onside kick, kind of, a little bit of a looper that ended up as a live football, and the Lancer special teams recovered it. And that kind of zapped the life out of the crowd early on. Londonderry took advantage of the short field. Yeah. They go 36 yards. It's capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run by junior quarterback Cam Brutus. Extra point try was no good. 6-0 Londonderry at that point. 6-0 Londonderry after the first quarter. Second quarter, Lancers take advantage of an ill-thrown pass from quarterback Tim Hersom. He intercepted by Ty Parsons, who returned it to the 7-yard line of Pinkerton. 2 plays later, the Lancers were in the end zone. 2-yard touchdown plunge by Alex Villa. Extra point this time was good, and 3 minutes into the second quarter, Londonderry had a 13-0 lead. Pinkerton, their most impressive drive offensively, came at the tail end of that first half, where they were able to put together a drive into Londonderry territory. Peyton Harmony with a 32-yard kick. Field goal made it 13-3. As time expired, Londonderry won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half, so the Lancers will receive the football first. But Pinkerton did themselves some favors, Steve, by getting that field goal as time expired. And after committing 4 turnovers in that first half, still within shouting distance, down only 13-3.
Well, I don't know what to do here, Nick, because we thought the band was done, and they're still going here, and they are outstanding. I don't know if you want to take a short break, let them finish up, or you want to keep going.
We can
do a little both at the same time.
As long as we're not screaming, I think we're okay.
Well, let me tell you, these two bands tonight have knocked it out of the park. Just goes to show these two schools not only have great football teams, they got great musical departments as well. Right. It's great to see. So, to your point, Nick, you know, you come out of it, you're home, and Coach Lozon comes out with that kick, on the onside kick, so to speak. It actually was kind of like the height that had and the execution that was behind that was just well done, and there was no way. Well, would have taken a heck of a play to be able to recover that, because the guys running downfield have a huge advantage when that ball's in the air, because all they got to do is blow you out, and then it's fair game at that point. So from that point on, it kind of, if you're the away team, what a great, if you execute it, what a great thing to do if you're Coach Lozon trying to even this and calm the crowd down, and it did a good job doing that. But Roger Brown was just up here, and we were talking back and forth, and we were saying that both of these football teams don't get too wound up with the score. There's a lot of events in this game that make it 13-3 at this point. But these two football teams, in many of the core areas, Nick, in my personal opinion, are very even. The one thing that I will say on the Pinkerton side on offense, again, talking a little bit with some people at halftime, is I really believe that these underneath cross-pattern short passes, Edelman-type passes that are open for Hersom, because the linebackers are coming up, Nick. And then the rest of your wideouts are running deep, and it's opening up a lot of space underneath for Hersom to throw, and they keep on throwing deep into the coverage with nobody really underneath. And the times that they've done it, Nick, it went really, really well for them. They've been able to complete passes, and Hersom seems very good at that. If I was Pinkerton, I'd be trying to attack that for 2 reasons. One, to get the yardage of where there's open space in the passing tree to pass it to, and then secondly, force that Devin Bowles and force all of that linebacker core to have to stay back and cover those routes underneath, which is going to open up your running game. If they can come out in the second half and accomplish that, I think it's going to soup up the Pinkerton offense to the point where they can get back in this game, because their defense, you got to give them credit. They've done a hell of a job, that defense, keeping this game from being 27-28-3. And I agree with you. The 3 points are critical. Coach O'Reilly called that timeout because he said, "There's no way that I'm going to go into this half without getting those 3 points." And by getting that, 10-point ball game, and he clearly showed he's got a kicker with a leg.
Yeah. Some other scores from around the state, week number 4, rivalry week. And here's an interesting one, Steve. Battle of the Bridge down in Nashua. Nashua South with an 8-0 lead over Nashua North.
At halftime.
Late in the second quarter.
Almost. Wow, that is a shocker.
We also have a cross-divisional matchup to take a look at. D1 Timberlane taking on
Sauhegan,
D2 Sauhegan.
How are we doing there?
Sabres early in the second quarter with a 14-7 lead.
Yep.
So the Owls hanging around.
We've talked about that on Gridiron, that we believe that they and Pelham could both play in Division I very effectively.
We also have, Steve, some out-of-state action.
Oh, boy.
Alvern taking on Malden Catholic. The Broncos with a 30-0 lead at halftime.
Wow.
That one seemingly stumped you. How about Keene?
I'm not against Alvin. I think we saw Alvin up in Central. And I think the staff is doing a heck of a job with that football team, and they're hanging in there.
They put up 45 in week number 1 against Central, looking for.
But Malden Catholic, really?
Even up their season record with a win tonight to 2-2.
Bronco football coming back.
Malden Catholic.
That's good to see.
And another one, Steve. New Hampshire represented well tonight between Keene and Brattleboro, Vermont. The Blackbirds with a 21-0 lead.
Yep.
Midway through the second quarter.
Coach Patnode, he plays every single week. His attitude is whatever's behind us is nothing but what's learned, and going here forward. Let's get it going. And he's one of those type of coaches that can get his team ready every week. Really like him a lot.
All right, so Pinkerton is going to kick the ball from where? From way up. There was a penalty on the final field goal attempt before halftime, running into the kicker against Londonderry. So it's assessed here on the kick.
And temperatures dropped probably since we left for halftime. I'll bet you the temperatures have gone down 4 or 5 degrees.
Yeah, we kicked off.
At least it feels it up here.
Kicked off a little early tonight, 6 o'clock Eastern time. It is now 7:30 locally. And, Steve, you're right as usual. 64 at game time, now 57.
Yeah, it's dropped quite a bit. Wasn't it nice to have Jake Albert up in the booth, Nick? Did a nice job interviewing him.
Yeah. Impromptu interview as
well. Really, just one of those, so many players across the state in New Hampshire. There's quality people as well as quality ball players still coming back to cheer on his team.
Here's the kick from Harmony. It's deep, and it's out of the back of the end zone. Well, Pinkerton, speaking of this rivalry, looking for their first win in 5 years. That includes the postseason, as they have not beaten Londonderry heads up since 2018. That includes the entire career span of Jake Albert.
Right.
And he said he would love to see these guys get it done tonight. So the Astros, despite 4 first-half turnovers, 2 interceptions, a fumble lost, and, of course, that opening kick.
Yep.
Still in the game here, trailing by 10.
They are
13-3.
And the fumble down the 4-yard line, this could be 13-10 right now, as they were marching right in.
Back to work, Cam Brodus on first and 10, and he is buried at the line of scrimmage.
Number 7.
Waiting for him on the edge, Anthony Caruso, the 6'3 junior.
Watch Anthony just stay square to the line. You're going to have to come through me. You're not going to juke. I'm not going to get juked. Look at that square to the line. What a great form tackle. What a nice job. The Pinkerton defense, Nick, let's not kid ourselves. They've done a heck of a job here. This game could easily be, with all those turnovers, 27-0. They have come up big, and they're trying to buy some time for that offense to get in sync.
Second down and 10 from their own 20. Coach Lozon going to spread it out this time as Londonderry with an empty set. It's a screen. It's Bowles. Bowles hit. Wrapped up shy of the 25-yard line. Not much there on that screen. Just a 3-yard gain. One of the tri-captains waiting was Marco Centano, who made the tackle for Pinkerton.
Defense is really digging in here, Nick. Watch this. Individual battles. Maintaining separation. And he can separate himself from Ty Miles. That's not an easy thing to do.
Ben Quintilani who's been a playmaker for the
nice
last
work.
couple of years.
Yep.
In there as well to get bowls below the knees.
Coach O'Reilly's got to love the team pursuit on the tackling end of things here.
It's what the Astros were hoping for, a chance to get a 3 and out and get the ball back. Chance to do just that here. 3rd and 6. Brodus to the air. Intercepted.
Whoa!
Picked off. On the return near side. This is Cam Dillon, the junior.
That's what they needed, Nick.
And now a flag is thrown. Maybe
That's
a late
what they
hit
needed.
on the way as well. That's got this crowd fired up.
You said it.
And let's see. It looks like a late hit at the end of that return as well.
They're going to tack on another 15. Wow. This is really a surprising play call to go deep down the center of the field. That's just a tremendous effort there by this young man. Look at him, protected the football.
And then
they threw the flag.
Ushered out of bounds a little too harshly for the officials.
Really surprised, Nick, why you would go down the field in that situation when you've got a third. I think what it is that you're so successful making that throw so many times, but this Pinkerton defense, Nick, is strengthening as the game is going on. They don't care what the clock what the scoreboard says, and they're playing like it.
Chance to make it a one-score game. They've got their best starting field position of the night inside the red zone at the Londonderry 18-yard line after the interception returned by Cameron Dillon.
Right.
And now, first and 10 coming up. It's Londonderry with their back to the wall.
Look like that new Patriot, Mr. Gonzalez.
There's some handoff near side run. Mishu going to reverse course, seeking the 15. Is spun down right there. After a gain of 4, I think.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Looks like a 2nd down and 6 is on the way.
I thought he was going to turn around, go all the way around the other side, Nick. With his speed, he might have been able to do it, but he just decided to go right up through the gut there and grab the 3 yards. I'd say they're already in field goal range, but Pinkerton is not really looking for a field goal at this juncture.
The nose tackle, Colin Kuchar, in pursuit, made the tackle there. On 2nd and 6, stretch from Morrison.
Oh,
he's
great
got
block.
The cut. He's
Picked up
inside
a great
the 5, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown run by Matt Morrison, the junior. Looking like Barry Sanders on that one, and Pinkerton is back in the football game.
He looked like Barry Sanders because he got some blocks that he followed with precision, Nick. What you like is good blocks and then the running back to follow suit. Look at look at him fly through there. Great cutback. Great swipe to make sure the defender doesn't get a hold of him. That's a nice piece of blocking, running, well-executed play. Pinkerton. The engine started, Nick, on the offensive side here after a big defensive play.
Just what the doctor ordered for the home crowd. And now it's Harmony on for the extra point. Kick is up and good.
They are electric here at the Pinkerton Academy stands here, Nick.
Once was a 13-0 Londonderry lead, is now 13-10, just 2.5 minutes into this third quarter. Well, that's the recipe. Pinkerton hoping to get the 3 and out. They do.
Look at that run.
In fact, they do a little better than 3 and out. The defense gets an interception, which sets up the short field, and a few plays later, it's Morrison on a 15-yard run for the Pinkerton Astro first touchdown of the night.
Look at number 70 there, 76. Boy, I'll tell you.
It's the Astro lineman.
A nice piece of blocking right there.
Luke DeLange.
Everybody hit their block, and I'll tell you, Mr. Morrison ran through that hole timing-wise to a T. That's a good piece of running right there. Not everybody can do that. They don't, because it's all about vision. It's seeing it and attacking it, and he did both.
He's already regarded as one of the state's best running backs. Only a junior. Got time at the varsity level, of course, last year.
We liked him last year. Yeah.
And raised a lot of eyebrows statewide.
Yep.
With his performance as a sophomore.
Yep.
Very good lacrosse player in the spring as well. So 2.5 minutes into the second half, and all of a sudden, well, the electricity's back here at Pinkerton Academy. The crowd of nearly 5,000 people Most of them Pinkerton fans.
Yeah, nobody's
juiced
gone
up.
home. They're still coming in. Look at that over behind the scoreboard, Nick. There's 700-800 people over there alone.
Harmony's kick from the 40. Spirals end over end towards the 5-yard line where it's played. Sheena, a little bit of a dealer's hand there as the initial receiver turned his back to the oncoming defensive rush. Going to hand off.
Sheena is something else.
Up to Palma, I think, ended up
I think
there
you're
at
right.
the 28. But either way, well designed, well executed. And Londonderry is going to take over
He
right
is
there.
something else. He is fearless when he runs, Nick. We saw it in the Concord game in Londonderry. He just, and I think you had said it earlier, that in big moments in a game, he really comes through. And I couldn't agree with you more on that.
He's got a knack for making big plays.
Does.
Jake Shenna, the 5'9", 160-pound senior tailback, who's been in and out of this lineup really for the last 3 years.
Yes.
All right, Brutus back at the controls for Londonderry, trying to shake off the interception on the last drive. Here is Shenna. Outside run, can't quite get to the edge. May have gotten 2 or 3, but that's it. As that stretch play was shut down by Pinkerton.
I don't know what Coach O said in the locker room, Nick, but I can tell you the defense played super as far as I'm concerned for the Pinkerton to keep them in this game within striking distance. But right now they're playing at a completely different level altogether. Look at that.
Quintilani with the stop.
Wow. That's coming up.
2nd and 8. Londonderry hoping to jumpstart the offense. It's like a couple of wingbacks in the pistol. Hand off. Shenna dancing in the backfield, and that's not going to happen. Again, stuffed at the line of scrimmage by Anthony Caruso and company. And now another 3rd and long on the way for the Lancers.
Big play here for the Lancers, Nick. One of the things they've got tremendous numbers here. Let's face it, right next door, Londonderry has moved the town over for a few hours over here. They've got a great crowd, but this Pinkerton crowd is massive.
Yep.
And you really want to keep them out of the game as far as the energy that you saw earlier with that touchdown. And they can do it here with moving some sticks and moving it down the field.
The band trying to give them a boost, playing really throughout the series. Going to give the instruments a rest here on 3rd and 7. Astro defense threatening to blitz. Brutus takes the shotgun snap, steps up in a collapsing pocket, gets it off. It's up in the air. It's incomplete. Trying to find Jaden Navarro, but overthrows his man. And now a 4th and 8 on the way as this Astro defense forces the 3 and out.
Yeah, they have forced a 3 and out. And also, Nick, they're doing a great job containing the pocket right now. There's no lanes. They've tightened down. They've clamped it a little bit. There's no room for the quarterback to get any kind of open space whatsoever. So good adjustments being made here. Really good adjustments.
So
Pinkerton had a good halftime. Yeah, a good halftime adjustment from what we can see so far. Sorry, Nick.
Navarro, just his 2nd punt of the night, standing inside his own 20. Takes a high snap and gets off a high left-footed kick. This one comes down with some speed and is handled
good
off
field
the bounce square, close to the 43-yard line.
Looks like it, yep.
Coach O'Reilly will take it. His team now with a chance to tie or take their first lead here. With just over 4 minutes gone by in this 3rd quarter. Trying to improve to 4-0. Meanwhile, a flag on the play. The 1st and 10 handoff for Morrison is shut down.
Looks like a false start, if I had to guess.
Actually, Mishu was the ball carrier. The flag was thrown there
a little bit
in the backfield, and it is
issue.
a false start against Pinkerton.
Be interesting. They'll automatically tack this off.
Well, penalties have not really
Not a
been
big
an
deal.
issue.
You're right. Yeah.
Tonight for either team. Just 3 total penalties in that first half and 2 so far in this 3rd quarter.
And 2 of them have been on kickoff, so it's just tacking on yardage on a kickoff, which to me has an effect, yes, but it's not like 3rd down, you got a 1st down, then it comes back, and that really have a large effect on the game.
And there hasn't really been a crucial penalty.
No.
To
Well,
this
both
point.
of these teams both come to this field technically extremely sound, well coached,
and a veteran official team led by referee Paul Page as well. Meanwhile, on 1st and 15. Mishu going to grab some of that yardage back, fights his way up to the 40 to set up what looks like a 2nd down and 13. Only a couple there on that left side run.
Well, if you're going to release Ty Miles, they're running to the left. They're running to the left, and, it's one of those things, Nick, where
well, you're running into the jaws of a shark over there.
Shark, but you've got to block him down. You got to take him. If you're going to run left, you got to block him down.
That 3-man front, one of the best in the state. Meanwhile, it's Morrison dancing, and Villa's going to crash the party.
Good job by Londonderry.
That's a tackle in the backfield. What looks like going to be a 3-yard loss is Villa continuing to play well on the edge for Londonderry.
He's putting together a good game tonight, Nick.
Had the touchdown on offense back in the 2nd quarter, and that's his 3rd or 4th tackle at the defensive end spot. Nearing the midway point here, 3rd quarter. Astros facing a 3rd down and 12. And this one is going to have to wait as the play is blown dead. Another false start here against Pinkerton. So they had that kind of momentum-killing procedural penalty to begin the drive. They're going to tack one on here, so 3rd and 12 becomes 3rd and 17.
And I'm sure Coach O'Reilly, 3rd quarter, you come out, you score a touchdown, then you come back, your defense stops them, and you're on the 40-something, 43-yard line with field position like that. You want to capitalize on that and really drive that momentum and keep it going.
Instead 2 avoidable penalties.
Yep.
3rd and 17, they'll stick with the ground game, and again, the right side is shut down. The nose tackle is putting together, Steve, a pretty good game.
Yes,
Colin
he has.
Kuchar, the 6'6 junior, with another tackle, as he has led the charge up front from Londonderry tonight. 4th down and 13 officially on the way, and the home team going to punt the football.
Well, that's just, I trust my defense right now, and Kicker's got a fairly good leg, I think, and he's going to play the field position game and allow the one defense or the other to dictate. They both of these coaches tonight, you can tell, trust their defenses a little more.
Just past the midway point, 3rd quarter. Punt by Harmony is another high one up in the night sky. Backstepping to make the fair catch is Nate Rosario.
That is a clear, fair catch from the sidelines, Nick. We don't want any runbacks. We don't want any mistakes. As the clock begins to wind down in the game, and now a 13-10 game, Coach Lozon is trying to manage the game from the sidelines in the areas that are most important. He trusts his core defense and his core offense, not really looking for a run back at this point with a risk that could potentially and allow the game to swing on that. He wants to win or lose on his offense and defensive settings.
All right, so it's Londonderry's 3rd drive of this 3rd quarter. The first ended in an interception. The second with a 3-and-out. Trying to get some momentum back. They've been held off the scoreboard since 3 minutes into the 2nd quarter. Meanwhile, it's Shenna, left side, and he does grind out about 8 there.
Grind out, that's a good word for it. He is shifty. You notice how watch him here on the replay, Nick. You're going to see how he waits for blocks to develop, and then he attacks forward. Watch this. You're going to see it here. He goes over. See how he slows down? He waits for blocks to come, grabs the yardage just there, and protects the football. Smart, young football player.
Meanwhile, Quintilani starting to pile up some tackles as the middle linebacker was there with another wrap-up. 2nd down and 8. Gun snap. Ogden gets cleaned out up the middle. Look out. Luke DeLange with a full head of steam.
You think?
Just knocked the 5'9 quarterback out of his shoes there for a 2-yard loss.
Wow. Just completely blew away his opponent line of the scrimmage. Devin just couldn't contain him. And whammo. He got separation. That's the key right there.
3rd down.
Big play of the game right here, Nick.
3rd and 4. Astro defense going to blitz. They stay with Ogden. He runs to the left side. He's got a 1st down and more, and there's that speed. Inside the 40. Little jump move at the 30. Going to grind out another few at the end of the run.
And great run.
At the 25-yard line. A monster run for Ogden, not deterred by that previous big hit.
Not whatsoever. I mean, these are tough football players. I really like the play call by Coach Lozon. He's trying to, he could see that they were playing heavy against, with the motion. And he just turns it right back the other way, gets a good down block and a kick out. and then the rest is history, what he's able to do with the ball when he gets it. Did a great job of protecting the football, Nick, as he was working through traffic as well. That is a big play for Londonderry. Great call by the sideline.
50 yards on the nose there, the longest play from scrimmage either way tonight. Inside of 4 minutes, third quarter. Going to stick with Ogden. He's got the hot hand. 3-man front for the Astros. Handoff, Shenna up the middle, and he's wrapped up again quickly by Quintilani. The middle linebacker sees him in the hole, makes the tackle around the shoulders. No gain.
These defenses just don't quit. You get a big play like that, it's kind of all of a sudden you think Londonderry's going downhill, and they just keep on coming. Both defenses have done this all game, Nick.
Catno was in there as well.
Yep.
It's that linebacking core, really that front seven that Coach O'Reilly has praised in the past.
Yes.
It's kept Pinkerton tonight in the game. They still trail by 3 as we hit 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Little pitch, Shenna on the short side. Not much.
I just see a flag.
Well, he's going to get 5 in the end, and yes, there is, Steve.
Yep.
Flag down in the area of the tackle. May have come on the tackle. I think it was thrown late. Nope.
Oh, holding.
Offensive holding.
Wow.
It's the first hold we've seen tonight. That against Londonderry.
That is a pretty big penalty right there, Nick, because what if this is marked off where I think it's going to be marked? Yeah, there it is, right there. Yep. There it is.
It's Charlie Lance, who has played well all season up front. For Londonderry, but the senior got caught with the grab there.
The replays have shown these officials to be right on the mark tonight, Nick. Every time we see a call, the replay shows that the guys are in the right position.
It was either Lance
making the right calls.
It may have been Bowles. It may have been 2 holds there, but either way, Londonderry's backed up to the Pinkerton 32-yard line and face a second down and 17 as the clock continues to tick inside of 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Astros again threaten to blitz. Ogden steps up, going to fire down the seam for Doyon.
Oh, what a play.
Knocked away at the last moment by the defensive back, Bichoud. Well timed there to snap the football out of the hands of Doyon. Incomplete at the 5-yard line.
You're going to see, I think, from John's camera down the end zone, you're going to get a real good shot. No, that's actually from that side. Going to get a good shot here, too. Now, watch. Look how he looks back. He reads, and then he kind of lifts the arms, pulls them away.
Got a piece of the arm.
At just the right time.
Yep.
Never allow real possession to occur.
Heck of a play.
That's just a heck of a play. Nails his elbow.
3rd and long. Handoff, left side. Falling forward is Palma.
Well,
not going to get much, maybe a yard.
This is an interesting.
As again, the Astros are there. Leading the charge is Centeno, and now a 4th and 16 coming up.
Do you punt it here? Do you try a long field goal? I don't know what his leg capacity is, but he always looked good to me when we saw him over in Concord.
That's a long kick.
Field goal. I didn't say it isn't.
That's 48, 49 yards. And
right, they're going to go for it. And I think this is the right call for Londonderry here, Nick, because what are you really going to gain from a punt?
Going to stick with Ogden. Again out of the pistol. Takes the snap. Left side, right side. Throw, and he's got a man. Doyon at the 15. He's near the stick, and he's going to be tackled very close to the first down.
He's short. It's going to be first down Pinkerton, Nick. They did it.
Well, let's see.
Oh, it's not even a question. First down.
Well, the officials have, just now said Pinkerton first down.
I knew it anyway.
Got to play with a little drama, Steve.
I got to tell you, that is a heck of a try there by Londonderry, Nick. That's a long way to get a first down and 4th down.
Yeah.
But how about that effort on defense right there? Wow. Dylan.
No points there for Londonderry, but they did flip the field position with the long run by Ogden.
Look at Dylan. Look at that, holding on. We've seen team tackling all night long. That's just terrific football.
And Caruso.
That's pride right there. That's playing for pride.
With a body slam.
Yeah. Well, he has to pull him back.
Yep. And now Pinkerton is going to go the other way. It's Hersom on a quarterback keeper. And here he goes. The quarterback is on the loose. Down the far sideline and into the end zone for the touchdown. Tim Hersom, one of the captains, with a gorgeous play fake Everybody bought the play fake, and next thing you know, the 6'4" quarterback is gone.
Yeah,
touchdown
6'4" quarterback with 4.25 speed. Wow, did he pull it down the end? We have got ourselves a game, Nick. Wow.
It comes with 1:38 remaining in the third quarter.
Just 2 minutes, not a minute ago, you think that Londonderry was going all the way down, moving the ball down the football field, Nick. They finally get stalled on a holding call, puts him back, can't get the first down, and look at this. This is unreal.
Astros take their
everything we hope for.
Take their first lead of the night. And now the extra point from
good.
Harmony is up and good.
So they have a 4-point lead, and that is significant, Nick, in the sense a field goal is not going to get it done here, but we got plenty of time with still a minute and a half left in the third quarter. What a game we have.
Let's get another look here from his own 15-yard line. The 85-yard touchdown run, and looking like a deer there in the open field.
Wow. I always knew he had reasonable speed. I did not know, Nick. That's the first time I've really seen him open-ended. And wow, he says, look, guys, I didn't have my best first half. I'm going to do it for my team right now. And that's exactly what he did. This kid's a competitor.
And now Pinkerton has posted 17 unanswered points.
We're getting some great video from these end zone cameras.
After
Nick.
trailing 13-0 late in the first half. They add the field goal on the final play of the second quarter. And now 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points later. Hold a 4-point lead for the first time tonight over their arch rivals 17-13.
Folks, if you don't like this kind of football game, I don't know. I don't know how we could bring a better one to you than tonight. These teams, the passion that these guys, even with all the mistakes that have been made against 2 good teams, 2 Titans going at each other, what a struggle back and forth.
And now it's on Londonderry to respond. Doyon inside the 5, dealer's choice. They go up the middle and trying to find the 25 is Caden Malik.
The crowd
spun down at about the 21-yard line.
Sorry, Nick. The crowd is getting deeper into this game, the hometown crowd. They're trying to help their team grab that momentum. They certainly have it going for them right now. This is a time, though, where Coach Lozon and crew have been able to bear down. They've got to do that at this point. Roger Brown is right down on the line of scrimmage right now. You can't blame him for that.
Well, Londonderry saw the drive stall out there on that 4th and long conversion. They come up inches short, and then 1 play later, it's an 85-yard touchdown run. So now the Lancer offense, who have not scored since, 3 minutes into the second quarter.
Right, yes.
Now with 1:30 remaining in this third quarter, hoping to wrestle the lead back. They begin things at their own 21-yard line. They put Shenna in motion. They hand to him, the senior looking for the edge. The speedster has it at the 25.
Yeah, the tackling.
It is tackled from behind at about the 26-yard line after a gain of 5.
Yeah, when you start seeing tackling, Nick, on sweeps like that one-on-one with only a 3 or 4 yard gain, that means this defense is in full sync right now, and they're playing with a sense of urgency that is going to be necessary against a team of Londonderry's caliber, Nick.
Final minute.
Still a good game.
Third quarter. Officially a 6-yard pickup, 2nd down and 4. Shenna still in there. Ogden, the QB again. Handoff Shenna up the middle.
Up from there.
Now the wave there. Meanwhile, the
They're
Astros,
they're
saying that the ball
loose.
came out. The official, Paul Page, disagrees. Or does he?
No.
The officials are still waiting for the signal. The Astros say they have it. The fans celebrate in response to their response. But I still have not seen an official make a designation. However.
No, Londonderry ball. Londonderry ball.
Yep.
So
it looked like the offense was ready to come on for Pinkerton, and now Hersom is putting the helmet on.
I can't figure out what's going on here, Nick.
Yeah, they're saying.
I just saw one of the officials say, "No, it is Pinkerton's ball."
Yeah, it's Pinkerton ball.
Did you see the official?
I did not see the official, and I had my eye on him, but that doesn't mean he didn't signify.
What a turn of events!
So it's Astro football. The momentum clearly with the home team now.
Yeah.
With 42 seconds to go in the third. They got their second takeaway of this third quarter. And they go back to the big running game. The fullback going to muscle his way inside the 25-yard line. That's Catno, who gets 3, maybe 4 there to set up, I think, a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, they're using a little of this misdirection, trusting their blockers, Nick. And they're getting it done out there right now on the one-on-one battle. And as you can see, they're, to a great degree, completely staying away from Ty Miles' side, Nick. They're pretty much attacking the other zone.
Could be the final play here of this third quarter.
Yep.
We're down now to just 5 seconds. Snap taken. And Morrison is hit and dropped on the handoff. Well timed there by Ty Parsons on the blitz. So that is how the end of the third quarter
what a play
goes down.
By Parsons. Look at that.
It was all Pinkerton in that frame as they score 14 points. They take their first lead, and now we'll face a 3rd and long on the other side. Is it lining up to be the Astros' night? Pinkerton hoping to beat Londonderry for the first time in 5 years. Do the Lancers have an answer on the road? We begin to find out next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
All right, here we go. Start of the fourth quarter here in Derry. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. The Astros on a 3rd down and 10. Keep it with their quarterback, and Tim Hersom is going to get dropped for a loss.
Yeah,
that's Devin Bowles into the backfield for the sack, and the Londonderry defense is going to keep this at a 4-point margin, 17-13 as we begin things here in the fourth.
Defense pulling out stunts here. Watch what happens here. Whoop. That one really ain't going to work, but maybe another one will. Here we go. Look at these. Look at the hitting out there, Nick, in the trenches. It is fierce. And that Devin Bowles is such an emotional player. And the higher, and just like Shenna, 2 players on the Londonderry side of the ball that just love big-time opportunities at big points in the game.
And they stay with it in pursuit.
Unbelievable.
Even if it's not going to their side, they're going to play to the whistle, and it often pays off, as it did there for Bowles.
Yes, I agree.
The junior with the tackle for a loss. 4th and 16. Pinkerton going to go for it. Hersom going to air it out, and that one is thrown out of bounds, incomplete.
Uncatchable.
2 men in the area defensively for Londonderry, intended for Michoud, but that one incomplete, and now Londonderry takes over after they come up with a stop on 4th down.
One of the things I notice about Hersom on these passes out wide, Nick, and deep is he's really not stepping into the ball. The mechanics aren't – at the times that he does step in the ball, Nick, step into it, he really fires a ball with much better precision. Kind of just has his kind of feet together and just kind of fires it with all arm. He really wants to come across that body and fire that ball.
Lancers are going to stick with quarterback Sam Ogden, the junior. One of 4 quarterbacks to take a snap tonight for Coach Lozon. Play fake on 1st and 10. Throw is caught at the 40-yard line by Bowles. Wrestled down from behind by Michoud at about the 41-yard line.
This
pick
game,
up there of 8 to set up 2nd down and 2. Minute gone by now, 4th quarter.
The hitting, Nick, in the interior pot here. You watch on here. Look at the hitting that's going on. Now watch this. Devin does a great job of fighting free, but the pursuit of multiple Pinkerton Astros coming in. They're playing flow defensive football.
Savas over there as well, the 5'9 junior linebacker with a good hit. 2nd down and 2. Back to the ground for the Lancers. Trying to bounce it near side is Shenna. Flag on the play. Shenna across midfield. First down and more. Inside the 40. Ushered out of bounds. Shy of the 35.
Back,
but again, there's a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
I'm pretty sure there's a hold here. Anytime you get that kind of misdirection, Nick, it's very difficult for the linemen because their job is they want to reverse course. Yeah, it's hold. Good run by Shenna, though. He is lethal.
Yeah, DeLange got pinned and then held from behind.
Yeah.
As you could see on the bounce attempt there.
No complaints. Not one complaint about the officiating tonight, Nick. It's been really been tight.
Yep.
Stellar, in my opinion.
Again, Paul Page, the longtime referee. And he's got the machine running very smoothly.
Yes, he does.
Just about 2 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter. Both teams here in the Mack Plaque looking to improve to 4-0. Londonderry scored the first 13 points of the game. Pinkerton has scored the latest 17. And thus hold a 4-point lead here with 10:14 remaining. After the penalty, second down and 11 for the Lancers at their own 31. Ogden on the rollout. Eyes downfield, throws on the run.
What a pass.
Catch is made. It's Doyon. Nice hands. Makes the catch in front of the first down marker. And they'll move the sticks. Jamison Isaac with the tackle there for the Astros.
That's a nice job. Love to watch what quarterbacks can do when they start to go out of the pocket, Nick. And that's just great work right there. He just fired that thing. He just fired a bullet right to him.
Ogden, who only took, I think, one snap in that first half, has been the go-to guy here in the last 2 or 3 drives. You're going to call his number here on the outside run, breaks a tackle at midfield, and ends up on the Astro half of the field. Out of bounds at about the Pinkerton 48-yard line. Ogden, who ripped off a 50-yard run earlier, showing the speed there on the edge, but does, I believe, end up just shy of that first down. It's going to be second down to long 1.
When teams start playing for pride, Nick, like they are tonight, it just makes a great game. It's a back and forth.
Meanwhile, movement along the line, and the flags are going to fly.
They're both blaming each other, but I think that's probably going to be encroachment.
Officials are going to talk.
Yeah, that's what you want. Everybody's got to state their case. Let the man in the white hat make the decision.
I think it's against the defense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So encroachment. And that's a free 5 for the Lancers. Londonderry got on the board in their first drive.
And moving the sticks down the field right now, it's a little unorthodox. You know, they're getting it from a penalty here, losing yardage from a penalty, but they're moving the sticks.
Second and short, becomes first and 10. Handoff. Tough running up the middle there for Palma. The junior does end up with a bruising 5 yards at the end of that as he moves inside the 40 to the 39. Londonderry scored on the first play of the game. No, they got the ball in the first play on the short kick. They recovered and set themselves up with a short 35-yard field, capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run from Cam Brutus. They doubled him up in the second quarter. 3 minutes in, Alex Villa following an interception. Just a 2-yard score, 13-0 at that point. Final play, first half, Pinkerton gets on the board with a 32-yard field goal, 13-3. Then the third quarter, Astros come alive with 2 touchdowns, Matt Morrison and Tim Hersom. And now have the lead here early in the fourth, and they're going to get a stop here in the backfield.
He may have lost a yard there, Nick. I think he did.
Both Centennial and DeLange were there for Londonderry. And don't forget about big number 60 in red as well. Adam Day, one of the veterans, one of the two-way players for Pinkerton, was there on the initial hit.
Yeah, boy, was he ever, Nick. He is a tree stump. There's no question about that. Look at the emotion he's showing. He earned that one. Nice job.
Big third down on the way, 3rd and 6. Ogden, quarterback run, right side. Does he get it? Yes, he does. Second effort, stays alive along that far sideline and ends up inside the 30 for another first down.
I don't know what they're running for drills, Nick, every week, but their edge blocking is as good as anybody in the whole Division I in this state or any other division for that matter. Their edge blocking is superb, and they do it with a sacrificial attitude. I'll do whatever it takes within the rules here to get my runner some space off the edge. And how many times have we seen them get first downs like that?
Lancers trying to get into the red zone for the first time since halftime. Just over 4 minutes gone, fourth quarter. Ogden on 1st and 10. Another quarterback run, right side, inside the 15. Another first down. Stop just shy of the 10-yard line.
You want to see Ty Miles pulling? Because this is an area which as you look at quality linemen that go to the next level, watch Ty Miles, look at the pull, come across.
Yep.
Boom, right there. He opened the whole thing right up.
Yep.
This guy is a one-man gang. Look at that. You're going to see it right there. Great lane, reads outside man, destroys him, okay? And that's what opens up all that yardage. What a terrific job by Ty.
1st and 10 from the 11. Villa is in, and now it's Villa the ball carrier. Quarterback run again, down to the 5,
right,
maybe the 6-yard line, a gain of 5.
Ty and Coach Lowe's going to give us a clinic. Watch here on the replay again. Number 75 again, pulling to the right, going down and opening up. That big body just cleans it all out, and then he destroys first man in. There's Ty right there. Watch him come down the line. Boom, right there. Actually, that's
Pinder.
That's Pinder.
Yeah.
Terrific job, Pinder.
Easy to confuse the two.
Oh
they're
my
both
gosh,
about
they're
the
both,
same
they're
size.
Both terrific.
At 6'6", 260. Up the middle, Shenna. Inside the 5 is knifed down at about the 4.
This is old-style football here.
James Caruso with the tackle may have saved the touchdown there for Pinkerton.
This is just strap it up. Who's going to impose will on who here?
Meanwhile, the clock's starting to become a factor as
well. It definitely is.
As we're ticking down towards the midway point of this fourth quarter. Huge play here. 3rd down and about 3 from the 4-yard line. Villa back in at quarterback. The tail is Palma. Villa, right side run. Lowers the shoulder. Touchdown.
Wow, what a drive.
Londonderry.
What a drive.
A 4-yard score by Alex Villa. He's going to spike it off the crossbar and draw a penalty here.
Not really a big fan of that, Nick, to be honest with you.
His second touchdown of the night, but again, the penalty flag is going to make this upcoming extra point try that much more difficult.
You've got to maintain composure at all times. Look, he's had a hell of a night. Listen, he's done a terrific job. He's feeling the emotion. I get that. He's a terrific kid. But you do really want to contain that emotion, that situation.
I don't think I've ever seen that at the high school level,
Nick,
by the way.
I mean, it's 19-17. If that costs the difference between, that allows a field goal to win the game. You've got to maintain composure in that situation. But, nothing against this young man. He is a player and a half tonight.
Yep.
But he's got to contain it.
All right. Blake Thompson is the junior kicker. And what was going to be a routine kick is now going to – is that penalty coming where? Right here, right?
Yeah, so you're looking at
So that's not an option to take it on the upcoming kick for Pinkerton.
No.
But this also looks like the same depth, a 20-yard extra point try.
And maybe it is. I thought it would be tacked on the extra point, Nick, to be honest with you.
All right, Thompson, the lefty.
I'm sure Lauren from over Wyndham will give me the answer on my phone. She's known to do that, God love her.
She's about as good as there is.
She's into it. She knows those rules.
When it comes to the rule book, she's better than most. This one up and good.
And listen to that Londonderry crowd over there, Nick. They have brought half the town over with them. This is just really an amazing spectacle here tonight.
20-17 Londonderry. With 6 minutes remaining.
Nick needs to go down to Atlantic City and play the roulette wheel or play blackjack or something because he's got.
Well, who knows?
He's got some predictions involved here.
There's still 6 minutes to go.
And he's looking really, really good.
6 minutes to go. Plenty of time for the Astros to come up with a response. There's that dunk attempt. By Villa. Like I said, I don't think I've ever seen that in a high school game. Seen it plenty of times in the pros.
He's certainly got some vertical jumping ability.
And
that's
6'4". All right. So there it is. Back and forth we go. That's the first Londonderry score since early in the second quarter.
This powder party that Londonderry has over in the visitor stands there. Every time they score a touchdown and get a point, it looks like a powder bomb goes off.
Yeah, now it looks like kind of.
And they're having a lot of fun.
Fog here hanging
over
the
call
field.
the swamp. They got the swamp. The big poster right there.
Right. That is the unofficial name of the Londonderry student section, the swamp.
Yeah.
And they have made their way over town lines here in this rivalry game. The Mack Plaque, two schools that go at it every year. And not just on the football field either, as we talked about. It involves all their athletic programs competing for the entire week and weekend, with this as kind of the jewel here on the Friday night. It's been a fun one. Londonderry looking for another win to improve to 4-0, maintain their dominance lately, at least, in this rivalry, while the Astros hope for their first win over Londonderry since 2018.
Here we go.
Just past the midway point, fourth quarter. Thompson is ready. The penalty, by the way, was assessed on the kickoff. He has to kick from his own 25 here, and the result, the ball is handled inside the 30, across the 40. Isaac with some speed into Lancer territory, shoved out of bounds into his own bench.
That's a nice return right there, Nick.
45-yard line.
Watch him. This guy knows. He starts slow. Now watch him when he cuts right. Who is that, Nick? Watch him when he cuts right,
That's
and
Isaac.
then he puts on the Jets and he beats that corner. He beats the contain, and he grabs another 12 to 15 yards on top of that, and really puts himself puts his team in position where Coach O'Reilly can really open that playbook up because he's in their end.
First and 10.
5:53 left.
Got a wing near side. They run it near side. Morrison cuts it up and dives his way down inside the 40-yard line. Met by both Miles.
I believe all 6 timeouts are available, right? 3 and 3?
Miles and Parsons with the tackle. Yes.
So Coach Lozon can stop the clock as well as Coach O'Reilly. So Coach O'Reilly calling those plays in. He's been able to make some really good adjustments at halftime on the offensive side of the ball to help his team get back into it here. And Morrison has been stellar.
7 on that last carry. And now the fullback bursts through the line. Catno with one man to beat. He's dragged down from behind at the 15-yard line. Williams with a touchdown-saving tackle, but it's Catno who brings his team into the red zone, 1st and 10.
It's a tough one. You love it, but you're not burning a lot of clock time. It's kind of like who's going to wind up with the ball last. They win this game, so it's like it's but you know what? You take the yardage. You take it.
Yeah. And I think Coach O'Reilly is just fine with that clock ticking here as we're down now inside of 5 minutes to go in this fourth quarter.
If you think of the decades of experience and so many of the situations he's been in these times, the coach balls and these, it's just unreal experience here going into this.
Field goal will tie. Touchdown will take the lead. Mishu, left side run down to the 10-yard line.
Oh, clock's burning there.
Tackled by Damon Dawson, the junior, after a 5-yard scamper. And now a whistle. And there's a player shaken up. A Pinkerton player slow to get up, down on his back at about the 9-yard line.
Don't know what. It's almost like it's his midsection. He's both legs are. He's obviously in some pain. I don't know if he got the wind knocked out of him.
Well,
it almost feels that Nick, or looks, I should say, like he got the wind knocked out of him. We'll be able to tell if he. Let's see.
Well, the trainer Jamie Boudreau is over.
We're going to get a better look right here.
And now both teams are going to head to their respective sidelines. Is it Mishu?
It is Mishu.
Yep.
Now that could
be a major blow.
That would be a major blow to Pinkerton on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely.
With the
He's been
production that young man gives to this team every single.
He's been one of their tackle leaders and rushing leaders, not just tonight but all season.
Yep.
And
sure, he's up now. He's sitting up, so that's good.
One of the tri-captains, still not on his feet here with 4:27 to go in the fourth.
Yeah, they got his leg? Yeah, it is.
They got him up now.
That's a good sign that he's walking and bending the knee.
Yep.
Both knees there, Nick.
Walking off under his own
there
power.
There we go. That's good to see.
Going to try and jog it off.
Nobody wants to see a player that gives that much to his team in so many areas. It was just so sad the other night when Ilya Bohuma got hurt.
Now, Mishu trying to stay on the field, but you have to come
that's
out
not gonna
for at least one play.
Yep.
And Jamie Boudreau, the trainer, says, no, you got to at least go out for one.
So 4:27.
And now the clock is going to tick again.
Well, no one watching Mr. Mishu play football. It's
inspiring.
He would never ever come out. Want to come out.
2nd down and 5. Ball at the 9-yard line. Astros looking to retake the lead. Man in motion. Hersom. Handoff up the middle, and Catnode is spun down. That again is the big nose, Colin Kuchar, with the tackle for Londonderry.
Boy.
And now a 3rd and 4 on the way.
What do you do in this situation, Nick, if you don't get first down here? Do you kick, depending, if it's 4th and 1? I mean, boy, that's a big decision.
That is a decision that is out of my pay grade,
Steve.
Yeah,
mine too.
Coach O'Reilly, I'm sure, already has the decision made in his head.
Oh, this is great shots we're getting here.
3rd and 3 from the 7-yard line. Handoff. Catno trips in the hole and goes down very close to the first down marker.
He's got it.
Had to find the 5-yard line. Meanwhile, Londonderry is saying they have the football, but I think he was down.
Well,
and they're going to spot the ball inside the 5, so it appears like he's got the first down.
They're going to measure. They're going to feel it's close enough to measure.
I thought the first down marker was right on the 5-yard line.
And that's why I'm a little – but again, we're at a weird angle here, so it's hard for us to tell what's there. But it doesn't matter. It's 3rd down, not 4th down.
Right.
It isn't a –
I think we got a 1st and goal coming up here.
So do I. First down.
Yeah, that pleases the home fans.
Well, that's an interesting
crowd on their feet cheering. And this place may explode if the Astros can get into the end zone.
Yeah.
They're shaking the press box here.
Great crowds on both ends tonight, Nick. Phenomenal crowds.
One of the largest crowds we've seen anywhere, maybe the biggest all season.
This place is rocking.
And now that clock ticking again, coming up on 3 minutes. Astros looking for their first win over Londonderry in 5 years.
Coach O'Reilly, I'll guarantee you that one of the things he says, ball security, all the fundamental things you got to do to not lose possession.
They lost a fumble at this spot back in the first quarter, inside the 5. From the 4, 1st and goal. Hersom under center, takes the snap, handoff. Mishu back in the game. Right side run, dropped at the line of scrimmage. May have leaned forward for a yard. Again, the nose tackle Kuchar is there at the bottom of the pile for the stop for Londonderry. They give Mishu 1 yard there. Ball's on the 3, 2nd and goal.
They can get this within 1 minute and 32 seconds, Nick, if they're able to punch it in on 4th down.
Right.
But again, what do you do in that situation? So, but these seconds, got to remember, Coach Lowe's on whatever's left, plus 3 timeouts, 3 opportunities to stop the clock. Very doable, but boy, when you get inside a minute 40.
Londonderry just hoping to keep him out of the end zone right here. Hand off Mishu, round the corner, hit, leans forward. Is he in? The officials are trying to sort out that big pile of bodies. Londonderry is saying it's short.
I think Londonderry is saying they got the ball back.
Yeah, they are. They're starting to point the other way. Paul Page, our referee, is going to blow the clock dead inside of 2 minutes. And again, we're still trying to figure out where the football is and who has it.
I'd like to see the replays here.
The officials talking amongst each other, surrounded by the players. And indeed, it's going to be Pinkerton ball. And they're going to spot it just shy of the goal line with 1:54 remaining in this 4th quarter.
And the clock starts running with 1:50. So you got 3rd down here, Nick.
Now a timeout.
Timeout. Is that Coach Lozon that called that? Or
It is.
It is, yeah.
Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. Buy New Hampshire iPhone repair. It's done while you wait, and it's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 5 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the Seacoast. Visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. And finally by Spectrum Monthly. Powerful local advertising solutions. Find out more at SpectrumMonthly.com. All right, here we go. Football is just inches away from the goal line.
That's what it's
the
all
Astros
about, Nick.
Trail 20-17. It's a 3rd down and goal on the way. Pinkerton looking for their first win over Londonderry since 2018. Coach Lozon with a quick word with the officials. Coach O'Reilly leaning in for a word with referee Paul Page. Yep. And now we are ready to resume coming out of the timeout. Londonderry led early 13-0, 13-3 was our halftime score. Londonderry surrendered the lead in the 3rd quarter as Pinkerton posted back-to-back touchdowns. The Lancers' latest score came earlier in this 4th quarter. Now the Astros want the lead once again. Hersom, handoff, Catno, touchdown! Wow, a 1-yard touchdown run by the fullback, who is into the end zone. It is Ryan Catno, a 1-yard score. The Astros retake the lead, 23-20.
This place is going nuts right now. This is so good for high school football, Nick, to have games like this. And don't ever count Coach Jimmy Lozon out with 1:50 left, 2 timeouts left with that team that he's got on the field. This game is not over yet by any means. And let me tell you, this is a big extra point right here because it is going to require a field goal. It's not going to get it done.
Yeah.
So don't ever underestimate how serious this point is right here.
Absolutely right. Harmony is on. He's been perfect tonight.
The pressure on the holder is immense.
2 for 2 on extra point tries, 1 for 1 on the field goals. High snap, but a good hold. The kick is up and good.
That just changed the dynamic big time in this game because now they've got to get in the end zone in order to win the game.
Meanwhile, good hold. Benjamin Wolders, who came out carrying the flag at the beginning of the game for Pinkerton, leading his teammates onto the field. He's the holder. Made a great hold there as he took the high snap with 2 hands and may have saved that extra point as we get another look.
I mean, when you
got
a fullback like that can run through, that guy runs hard and heavy, and he had just enough to get that torso through.
Yeah.
What a terrific job. That was an impressive football drive right there offensively.
So now it's on the home team to try and finish the job with 1:50 remaining. They've got a 4-point lead on the board at 24-20. The long-time head coach Brian O'Reilly coming out onto the field to talk with his special teams unit. Meanwhile, Londonderry,
which he was talking about last night on Gridiron, Nick.
Yes, he was.
That he really likes this special teams crew that he's got.
And they've held their own today. Of course, the opening kick by the return squad notwithstanding, but the coverage has been good, and they're going to need a good coverage play here.
Yeah, and this is an area where Coach Lozon spends an incredible amount of time perfecting his special teams ops and operations on all 3 phases of the game, but special teams has been an area where he's been able to strike gold so many times in key situations. And let me tell you, they need good field position with 1:50 left and only 2 timeouts, because he really can only stop it once in order to get himself in the end zone with 1 timeout to spare. Here we go.
Harmony swings the right leg.
Oh, what a kick.
It's a boomer. Back into the end zone, and that one not returnable.
Oh, Coach O'Reilly will take that. Look at him clapping down there. He took away the run back, that great kick.
Exactly.
Wow, I'm telling you, Pinkerton coming through with some key things in this game in the end that are showing some assets that they have that I was not aware of. And one of them is the leg on that young man. He can kick.
He's 4 for 4 tonight in kick tries, and this one may be the most important.
Yeah.
Goes about 2 feet into the end zone. No chance for Rosario on the return.
But to not have that, to face that return is critical in a game like this when you got Lozon's special teams crew.
All right, Lancers are going to stick with Ogden. He's been the go-to quarterback of the second half. He's got 1:50 and 2 timeouts to work with. From his own 20, going to roll out right side, eyes downfield, throws, incomplete.
Yep.
That one ends up in the Londonderry bench. Second down and 10 on the way. 7 seconds go off the game clock.
You got to think about what Pinkerton's feeling right now. It's been 2015, I think, was the 18, excuse me. That was the last time, that's right, that they were able to win the Mack Plaque game. That's a long drought for a school like Pinkerton Academy, Nick. The pressure that they're feeling has got to be pretty strong. And
that was the last time they beat Londonderry, period. Not
Absolutely.
just in the regular season,
it's
not
been
just in the Mack Plaque.
Absolutely.
But period.
So it's a big, big thing for this.
That includes the postseason.
For this school to be able to hold on here.
Hoping to improve
it's
to 4-0.
Far from over, folks.
Second down and 10, 1:43 from the 20. Ogden out of the gun. I think he tried to throw a screen there. Finally gets it away to his tailback, but it's too strong. Intended for Carson.
That's just great defensive back work right there, Nick. Everybody was keyed on their guy. They were able to maintain a little bit of pressure and contain. And this is just great work.
That was supposed to be a screen, but blown up, I think,
but they got pressure, and that's the key.
And Joseph Bukowski was right there.
Exactly. He didn't have clear vision to throw that ball. He was offset a little bit. Pinkerton doing a lot of little things in this game. That did not happen in prior years. So
1:36 and now a 3rd and 10. And now another Lancer timeout. That's one I don't think Coach Lozon
He's got to
wanted
talk about
to use, though, but he's going to have to here with a dead ball situation burn his second timeout.
Right. So what do you do here?
Too. He's upset down there. The 10-year head man is, well, not out of tricks just yet. We know that.
By far from it. He's a guy that knows how to pull it out.
And he's got something in mind here, I'm sure.
Pinkerton's got something in mind too, Nick, and they're playing at a high level right now. This second half has been, a tale of two halves, and that man right there was kidding us the other night saying, we look on the screen, talking about, well, maybe it's time for me to hang it up. If that's his choice, but I don't think anybody in this whole stadium, either side, thinks that man needs to hang up. He is a football coach and a half right there. Both of these people are in Coach Lozon and Coach O'Reilly.
Third and 10. A spread, a blitz off the edge, a quick pass. It's caught by Shenna. The 25 trying to find the 30. He's going to end up short, knocked out of bounds. Morrison pushed him out of bounds where? At about the 28?
About 2 yards short, 3 yards maybe.
I'd say 4th and 2 on the way. Yep, they're going to put it at the 28. 4th down and 2 on the way. Londonderry with only 1 timeout remaining. It's basically now or never.
I wouldn't call it plenty of time left, but there's ample time left. But they've got to hit something, Nick. They can't run for a first down for 3 yards here and get on the 31 and have that clock run with no and then you're going to burn your last time out.
They need a first down period.
They need a first down period, but they've got to get this thing downfield.
4th down and 2. Again, Ogden.
There's a lot of real estate.
He's got Shenna behind him in the pistol. Wing back right side, calls his own number, goes up the middle, is hit at the 30, leans forward.
He got it.
Has the first down. Needed 2, gets 3. They'll pause the clock briefly to move the chains. So it stopped for the moment with 1:24 remaining. They're going to move the chains, and as soon as they're set, that clock will begin to tick yet again.
We're going to see it right here. Good defensive effort trying to stop him. But wow, but he really, really put some force on that run. Here we go.
Delaney had him, but a better second effort there by Ogden to get the first down. Now they roll him right side. 1st and 10. Throw. Dropped. Incomplete. Joyon, who has been so sure-handed tonight, took his eye off the ball there. It does stop the clock with 1:09 remaining, but a 2nd and 10 coming up.
I think he was trying to get either some yards after the catch or get out of bounds, Nick. I'm not sure. But watch him. He kind of looks upfield. Yeah, he started turning upfield before he caught the ball. But
got to bring it all the way in.
The defensive backfield of Londonderry, I already knew was solid. What's really impressing me tonight is the defensive backfield work of Pinkerton, Nick. They are meeting them 100%.
2nd and 10. 1:09 remaining. Lancers trail 24-20. Astros threaten to blitz. They'll bring 4. Ogden steps up, deep downfield, knocked away, incomplete. Getting two hands on the football is the defensive back, Cam Dillon. The junior knocks it away, and now a 3rd and 10 on the way with just over a minute to go.
Big plays. Coming up with big plays. I thought he had a chance to intercept it.
Would have been his second pick of this second half. But that one off his fingertips and then off the shoulder pad of the receiver. Intended target, Mason Paquette. So 3rd and 10.
Just to tip it enough.
Yep.
Something going on. Defensive coordinator after something here.
Yep. They're going to play it on. Throw. Ogden. Intercepted. Morrison with the pick. Morrison is going to slide his way down, and the Astros are going to take
over. This place is nuts. Can you hear that, folks?
Nearly 5,000 folks on their feet. Morrison with the big interception.
What did they say?
And now
in Invincible, Nick, that's what we've been missing around here. That's what we wanted to hear.
A terrific effort tonight by this Astro defense. They
what
get
comeback.
Another takeaway here in the second half, and that one may have just sealed the deal. Londonderry down to just one timeout with now 51 seconds remaining. And all it's going to take here is 3 knees to bring this one to the finish line for Pinkerton.
Stop at once, right? Got one timeout left, right? Yeah, can stop at once. So
Hersom in victory formation. Got to make sure you secure the snap. Drops the knee. Will Coach Lozon use the timeout? He will. Or will he not? 24-20 Pinkerton.
I'm not too far off.
No. So, Coach Lozon, seeing the writing on the wall, is going to not use the final Londonderry timeout. This game essentially over. There. Yeah. So one more knee may do it. And for the first time in 5 years, the Pinkerton Astros are going to beat the Londonderry Lancers. It comes on rivalry weekend in the Mack Plaque game here in Derry. Pinkerton is now 4-0. Londonderry is going to slip to 3-1, and the celebration is on down here at Pinkerton Academy.
What a game. Look at that crowd, Nick. The elation and the depth of what they're feeling right now. They don't like to lose. Neither does Londonderry on this side. Neither one of these teams do. But the rivalry is back. Not that it ever left, Nick, but what I mean, the competitive element of it is back with a win tonight for the Astros.
Go ahead, Steve.
This, as Coach O'Reilly and is that a plane or a? Yeah, I think it's a plane. I thought it might be one of those whirly-bird things up there. What do you call them?
What, a UFO?
No.
There's some kind of hovering light overhead. I think it's a plane.
No such thing. Hey, on a serious note, one of the things that both coaches talked about, that this is a game that potentially could lead up to another game.
Yeah. It would not surprise anybody if these two teams met again in the playoffs.
Here, the psychology now has been evened up, really, where both of these teams feel, okay, we just won this game. We know what you did over the past few years. There's a sense of confidence as Coach O'Reilly, I assume that's his grandchild in there, celebrating the moment here. Boy.
Big win.
I so much appreciate both of these football teams.
Big win.
And everything, the communities themselves, the bands playing together at halftime, one after the other, and then in the beginning of the game playing the anthem from the beginning.
Satisfying.
Just good, hard-nosed football and class act crowds on both ends.
A satisfying win for that man there, Brian O'Reilly, the head coach, the longtime head football coach here at Pinkerton, and also the school's athletic director. Well, all right, a lot to get to on the other side of the break as we usher in the post-game show. Full recap, some
good thoughts,
highlights, analysis, and some Week 4 scores to take a look at that might surprise you as well. Pinkerton a winner tonight, 24-20 over Londonderry. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Don't go away.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
Buy local and save big. For over 26 years, Spectrum Monthly has been providing great local offers from businesses in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, delivered to your mailbox every month. Spectrum is chock full of savings from your favorite businesses. From local restaurants and retail stores to entertainment, fitness, and home improvement services. You'll have easy access to thousands of dollars in savings, including exclusive offers for Spectrum readers. Every month, enter our readership contest for a chance at winning cash and local gift certificates. Spectrum Monthly, no one brings you better offers.
Well, 24-20 is the final score. Pinkerton with the win over Londonderry. It's the first victory for the Astros over the Lancers since 2018. Brian O'Reilly down there speaking with local media after addressing his team a moment ago. This one got off in Londonderry's favor. Opening kick, a short, high-arcing kick that hit the ground. Lancers recover. They have a short field in front of them, and they make the most of it. As Cam Brutus on a 12-yard touchdown run put his team out in front 6-0. Extra point try failed. Second quarter, Lancers still out in front 6-0. 3 minutes in, Alex Villa, following a Lancer interception, capitalized 2 plays, 7 yards, 2-yard touchdown run for Villa. 13-0 Londonderry at that point. Pinkerton, 4 turnovers in that first half, but they do scrape together a last-second field goal before halftime to cut the gap to 13-3. Then in the third quarter, they come out, they get the three. They get the no, it was not a 3-and-out. It was an interception on third down that set them up with a short field. And Matt Morrison knew what to do with it. A 15-yard touchdown run that brought the Astros within 3 at 13-10. That was in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter. And then the final 2 minutes, how about an 85-yard touchdown run by senior quarterback Tim Hersom. Good play fake.
That was personal. That was personal on his side.
They got the misdirection.
He wanted to help his team.
Right. He threw a couple of picks in that first half, but atoned for it with that 85-yard touchdown run. That gave the Astros their first lead with inside of 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, 17-13 going into the fourth. Londonderry wrestled the lead right back at the midway point of the fourth quarter. Alex Villa, his second touchdown, this one from 4 yards out, put the Lancers back out in front, 20-17 on the road with 6 minutes even remaining. That set the stage for what was a fantastic finish as Pinkerton ate up over 4 minutes brought the clock inside of 2, and then scored on a 1-yard touchdown run from Ryan Catno that ended up being the difference, 24-20. And then to put the nail in the coffin, so to speak, Matt Morrison with the interception with just over a minute to go. Lancers were out of answers at that point. And the Astros, when the final horn sounds, improved to 4-0, 24-20, handing Londonderry their first loss of the season.
Yeah, well, I mean, tale of two halves in a lot of ways, Nick, but let's not underestimate that power drive that Londonderry had down there to go ahead of the game. I think it was 17-13.
Yes.
Yeah, 17-13. And, you kind of had that feeling, well, geez, Londonderry just keeps doing this.
In the middle of the fourth?
In the middle of the fourth. Yeah,
2017,
excuse me. And then, and then to me, this game really, if I was going to boil it down to, there's so many elements in this game, but one thing that stands out, in the first half, the Pinkerton defense kept on giving opportunities to keep the game close enough. And I think that decision by Coach O'Reilly to grab the 3 points at halftime, not have a goose egg going in, I think was a psychological advantage to his football team. And then in the second half, Nick, to me, this game was about the ability of Pinkerton to take away that edge running attack by Londonderry that we had talked about in the keys to the game before. They closed that down, and when they always needed a big play, it was the defense that stepped up. Pinkerton and Londonderry both have outstanding defenses, Nick, and these guys are going to go deep into the playoffs if they keep improving and playing and improving even from the level that they're doing right now. Very, very solid football team. As far as Coach Lozon is concerned, he's pretty well been able to handle Pinkerton for going on 5 years now, Nick. This is something they'll bounce back. They've got a tough schedule, some good, very competitive games coming in.
Yep.
As Coach O'Reilly said, this is the first game of probably 2. the way things all line up,
right.
And let's not get this is a close football game in which the defense of Pinkerton deserves incredible amount of credit. And I think on the offensive side of the ball, I would say that I would get, to have that triple connection of the fullback. What's the fullback's name? I always Catno. A terrific job, and then of course Michaud and Morrison. That trio, Nick, on the offensive side, Coach O'Reilly, I think, did a stellar job managing what the offense wasn't doing well, and then allowing them to focus on the things that they were. And those 3 running backs and Tim Hersum's improved performance in the second half led him to the victory. What a great game. What a great thing for all of New Hampshire high school football and sports. This was a honey of a game, and these crowds got everything and more that they paid for their tickets.
I'd say this was the game of the week for sure. A gem
of a game.
In week number 4. There were some other scores, though, that jumped out here, Steve, including what could potentially be another barn burner down in Nashua.
Aha.
As the Battle of the Bridge enters the fourth quarter, Nashua South looking for an upset in their first win of the season.
What's the score?
Leading Nashua North 15-13.
Wow.
With a full quarter.
Isn't it funny how the records don't matter when it comes to the old Bridge game? Huh?
Yeah, never does. Meanwhile, there's a cross-divisional game. Timberlane, Division 1, Sauhegan, Division 2. That game in Plastow, Steve, and it can't get any tighter. Owls with a 21-20 lead at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, wow. That's a matchup right there.
An out-of-state matchup for Keene, no problem, against Brattleboro, Vermont, 42-6. The Blackbirds get it done for their second win.
Congratulations, Coach Patno.
Meanwhile, Portsmouth looking to go 4-0 tonight against Manchester Memorial. And a big first half for the Clippers has them out in front of the Crusaders, 27-0 at halftime.
Good football team.
Alvern is now 2-2 after a 36-13 win against Malden Catholic of Massachusetts.
That is something else.
Meanwhile, Dover looking for a bounce-back win.
That's the game I wanted to hear. What happened?
Out in front of Spalding at halftime, 35-7.
Yep.
So,
back to their winning ways.
That is a look at the latest of the Friday night, week number 4 scoreboard. We remind you, tomorrow night we are right back at it. Tomorrow afternoon, a 1 o'clock start. And that one between Wyndham and Salem promises to be a good one.
Huge implications for both of these teams. It's everything to Salem and Wyndham to win this game because they're going to position themselves towards that upper pack, possibly get a home game in the first round. So,
and again, that one, a 1 o'clock kickoff. We're on the air at 12:45. Steve, final thoughts here. I think we've covered most of it at this point. A thriller, 24-20, but any last words before we sign off?
Thrilled for Coach O'Reilly and this whole staff. The work, and he's got a team now that he can that's back to those Pinkerton ways. I'll tell you what I'm really excited about is Brockton. I said that wrong last night. We're not going down there. Brockton is coming up to New Hampshire to play Pinkerton, and it's going to be very interesting to see how these guys respond in that game. Obviously, I believe we're going to be covering that game, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty good chance of it anyway. Yep. Looking forward to that. Coach Lozon's got some tough games coming up, but I think it's what they need as they approach. They're a great football team, Nick. They just got beat by a defense tonight that just got it done for the home crowd in Pinkerton here. It's been a real joy doing this game with you, Nick. This is one of those ones I'll remember.
Yeah. Want to thank you for tuning in as well. One of our largest
great crowds,
live crowds ever watching on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. And, of course, that's not counting the 4,000 or maybe 5,000 folks on hand here tonight. Yep. So we appreciate it. We appreciate Coach O'Reilly reserving us a spot here in the booth. His two right-hand men, Jeff and Dean, always helpful on game days. Appreciate the whole staff here at Pinkerton. And, of course, none of this happens without the effort of our family here at Friday Night Lights New Hampshire.
Terrific
3 videographers on scene tonight. Kristen Beals upstairs, John Barron, Matt Beals down on the field. And, of course, the whole thing is put together in a masterpiece fashion by the man behind the curtain, our director, the wizard of replay, Ben Beals.
Great job.
Back in the Beals Insurance Studios. For my partner, Steve Beals. Great job, my friend.
Loved it.
My name is Nick Anastas saying so long. Final score, final time. Pinkerton 24, Londonderry 20. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.